Dan,
Bob,
and Eric
from GigaBoots.com, and welcome to GigaBoots podcast number 59. We were meant to live with so much horse.
Yep.
We had a name, we got the number right. We're on a good track.
It's
you guys
gonna be a
want to
great
keep
podcast.
It's gonna be a great podcast, isn't there,
What,
right, Bob?
that number is just gonna be wrong.
No, I looked it up.
It's gonna be a
Okay.
privilege to listen to this. I envy you, listener.
Yes.
It's gonna be incredible.
Because for you, it's just like, oh man, I pulled it out of the microwave and it was cooked perfectly. No part was too hot, no part was too cold. It was like a Hot Pocket in a Bizarro universe where there are good things that you would willingly eat.
So wait, it's like it's made by the Power Pressure Cooker XL?
Yes, this podcast is so juicy and delicious it falls apart in your mouth.
Actually, I will say a fried Hot Pocket,
Yeah.
actually incredible.
You know, I keep hearing that.
Like, stupid, like, why is this so good? Oh my god. So
But we deep fry so many things.
Yeah,
that
that's
must
fair
just
enough.
be cheating for food.
kind of, yeah.
Right?
A little bit.
I feel like that's how that works, probably. So we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and jump in. Let's talk about what we've been playing. So, Bob, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I fucking show up at his house. We need to arrange trips because we went to a convention, which we're also going to talk about here. I fucking show up. You know what's sitting on his goddamn table, Eric? A Mega Man amiibo.
Yeah?
And I look at him like, so fucking betrayed. I'm like, when did... He's like, it was the only one. And I'm sorry, Bob. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, grabs pen, not yet, you aren't.
Maybe they won't be rare. I can keep
Maybe
and,
Mega Man.
and also
Amiibo times.
I was still in the mode of Dan doesn't have money.
Why are you in that? Oh my god. I bought a fucking... So let's talk about awesome shit we did. And
Okay.
get off this topic of stabbing Bob in the throat
Oh, so
repeatedly.
that was the reason. I thought you were going to talk about...
No, we
'cause-
haven't played with it. I fucking hate Bob. That's...
Because when you were like, I walked in here and I see, oh, hey, Mega Man amiibo, you just exploded. Like, oh, we'll talk about this. I thought it was like you were angry at like the shortages or something, but no, you're just angry at Bob.
Yeah, because he fucking used his power for wrong. Didn't Uncle Ben tell you? Don't be a dick, Spider-Man.
He said
Don't
with
be a
great
dick.
power comes great responsibility. Also, if you see a Mega Man amiibo, buy that shit for Dan.
Because, oh my god. He will stab a bitch.
He is a bit unhinged. Watch out for that. Also, bleh.
Bleh.
So you guys went to a con.
We did go to a con. Did we talk about that or the other thing first? Let's talk about the PC. This is the most GigaBoots relevant. Thank you.
Irreverent.
Revenant.
We're really irreverent here. Now, would you say your humor's irreverent? Yeah, yes, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna put that down. So in any case, we
You
built...
can smell it all the way from the other room. Yes.
I'm gonna leave that there. We're gonna move past that. I built the new PC. So the new PC, check this out, is the old PC minus the CPU and the motherboard. Cause that motherboard's borked as fuck. You know, this will make sense to people who are used to looking at motherboards, using them or whatever. That fucking thing had 2 different controller processors for fucking SATA. Serial ATA, and only one of them could work at a time. One of them was Serial ATA 2, the other one was Serial ATA 3. Between all that shit and it just crashing repeatedly, it fucking fucked up my solid state drive. That was the OS drive. So I had to format that shit, reinstall Windows, and past that, this new computer's been a fucking dream. Its heatsink is like a 1/5 of the size my last one was. And it runs cooler, it takes less electricity, it renders shit twice as fast, basically.
Yeah, you were booting everything up. You're like, all right, it's gonna take a while. Oh, it's done.
Oh, it's
You're
done.
installing
It's done
shit.
again. Yeah.
And you were like marveling at the BIOS was like the greatest
the BIOS
thing.
on this thing was mind-blowing. Because, like, if you've looked at BIOS screens, they're fucking DOS, basically. They're just text in the things.
Text
and you're
on
lucky,
blue fields, and you have to type in numbers to get through menus.
You can, like arrow key to things, because it used to be like hit the letter that is the different color to go to that option. This thing has fucking animated graphics to tell me how fast the RPMs are on all 3 fans in the system. It has fucking the CPU temperature, it has every drive size, it has the boot priorities. All of that's on one screen. It's so good.
You know what I think the real amazing part about this
What is the real amazing part?
that your GPU, which is from a company called BioStar.
I was gonna save that,
Yeah.
because it deserves a lot of talking about exclusive. Like, okay, so I built my computer, Jason's computer, and Dr. Agro's computer about 5 years ago almost.
Wait,
A little bit.
Jason? Who's that?
Oh, sorry, Jay from HealsTheYoung.com.
Good, great.
It's computer. It's computer.
But you decide where that apostrophe goes.
A little over 4 years, a little under 5 years ago, right? Somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And I bought what was on sale for different things. I spec'd out the GPU chip, not necessarily a specific video card for the things. So me and Kyle, as in Dr. Agro, ended up with the video card made by a company, I shit you not, named BioStar. So I fucking go to search up, like, okay, let's see if I could buy another one of these or what the deal is, try to look. That company doesn't fucking make anything anymore.
Oh.
I don't think that company was real. I think that company was a virus version of Sinistar that escaped the game and made a few video cards so they could fuck up my computer.
Okay.
Because that video card's still on the computer.
Uh-oh.
Now, if the video card was going to cause it to crash again, I actually have integrated graphics, and the CPU which would be good enough to get me by. But the video card works. Sort of. If you go to Here's the Storm, it has weird problems where, like, the shadows of the characters go through the menus.
Okay.
And
Wow, right.
there's a block of black over the change mode button. It is a good thing I've played many dozen hours of that game because I know it's the change mode button and I don't have to go, what the fuck is this thing?
Well, I think the other thing was Bob marveled at, wait, something's missing. Your computer's on, right? Yeah? Why isn't it going, ooh?
Yeah, because it ran so hot. It was a really large CPU, and it was cutting edge 5 years ago when USB 3.0 was new, and it actually had enough bandwidth to drive that. Unlike Bob's, which was the newer, cooler processor that did not actually have enough bandwidth to drive that, which is why we can't use our capture cards on his machine.
Right.
So, because of that situation I just described, there was so much tension and paranoia and fear and trust and, like, please, we're God, going into this computer insists it has USB 3.0, but so did Bob's. Is this shit gonna work? And I just had to wait till it showed up. I had to spend 5 hours installing that shit. I had to download the right software and the drivers and everything and hook it up. And it worked!
Woo!
The GigaBoots PC is fucking working again! So you guys will be getting new videos and shit sometime soon.
Yo.
It's so good. I turn on the PC, it boots hella fast. I can actually change settings to make it boot faster, but it's already a fucking joke. Like, it's already like, wait, just let me get this Windows logo here. Ah, fuck, he's gone.
No, sorry, I'm laughing at
Yeah.
the way you just went, oh, it's just like,
Yeah.
whoa. And it reminded me, I was watching the special feature.
I was watching gay pornography.
I was watching the commentary for Adventure Brothers Season 3, and the phrase, wretched milky release came
Oh
up
my
from
god.
Doc Hammer, who is an asshole.
Fucking Doc Hammer. That guy has problems.
Yeah, he made Venture Brothers.
Yeah. No
So
wonder
just
he
like,
wrote Rusty.
Just you leaning back just made me think of that. So
Yeah,
thanks for
so
that.
you're welcome.
And now all of you are now thinking of wretched milky release.
And Dan.
And
Building that PC. So yeah, that PC is really good. It actually has some headroom where if I got a non-stock fan, I could overclock it pretty easily, and it would be a conservative. Like, it just overclocks about, what was it, 12.5%? Something like that, an eighth. So, you know, I could do that, but I'm not. I'm actually using my old RAM, too. Went straight in, worked. I'm super fucking happy about it. I didn't have to spend too much, in my opinion. So I'm glad that's over. But I also played some games.
whoa.
We went to a con, but that involves playing games. So we're going to get to that after I talk about the games I played.
Okay.
At least this one. So I played Resogun.
What? No.
Resogun,
No way.
those achievements and feats and shit take a lot of time.
Yeah.
A lot. They're hard as shit. I'm one of the top Resogun players in the world. I'm getting silvers on a few of these, like 3, and a bronze on like 2. It's fucking ridiculous because it's like you're 13th in the world, bronze.
What?
Yeah.
Gold is for people who earn it.
Gold is for closers.
No, they're like gold is for Super Jew Fly 300.
Is that the guy's name?
One guy, yeah, one of the top dudes is Super Jew Fly. There's no 300. I just threw that in to make it obvious it was a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like, it's that level, I'm sure. Luckily, the trophies don't require you to beat all the feats and achievements. Wait. Maybe they do require you to beat all the feats, and the feats are way more ridiculous. But in any case, so I'm putting lots of fucking time into that, because the PC was dead.
Yeah.
So a lot of this last week was, I don't know what to do with my life! So then I played Resident.
Can't make videos. What do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at work, and I had to tell a coworker, and I'm like, you don't understand. Every day is me dealing with the physical body, like I need to get enough sleep and food.
Dealing with this meat snack.
I need to do my job, and then I need to go do GigaBoots. You've removed that 4th thing, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. And then I'll eat. Maybe I'll eat some more. I don't know. When do I stop?
Never stop eating.
So then we got... Let's go straight into this. We fucking went to Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
We got one of their, like, pre-made doughy, like, bake it in your own oven, asshole. Large pizzas,
Yeah.
extra large cheese pizza. And we fucking bought Parmesan cheese.
Fresh
in a block.
mozzarella.
Mozzarella. Why do I keep doing that?
I don't know.
I don't fucking understand. Whatever. In any case,
And
a
a
block of
rotisserie
fresh
chicken.
mozzarella and a fucking rotisserie chicken. And we shredded it, and then we put that fucking mozz on top. That was the best fucking pizza.
Honestly, the best pizza I've had in a long time.
That was the best fucking pizza. And that was starting with, once again, a Walmart pre-made fucking pizza.
Yeah.
Not a frozen pizza, but still a fucking Walmart pre-made
Yeah.
pizza. So, like, now it's like,
And
ah,
baking
shit.
in just our oven, not like
Right.
a real.
Not a super good oven. But we did use a stone.
We did use it,
Which changes it.
it does.
A little bit. I mean, mainly
bit.
the crust.
Yes. Which is important.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that was incredible. You
was-
eat 2 slices and you're done.
You're out.
I was fucking angry
If you're
because
3,
my
you're a hero.
brain really wanted to eat that 3rd slice of pizza because Tosh did not eat 2, she ate 1 because 1 was Tosh sized. I couldn't do it. I was trying so hard. I ate half of it by the end of that night, and that was like a struggle. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's so tasty. Fucking eat.
Freaking eat.
And that's what Dan without a PC.
You just
It's
buy
kinda like, yeah.
food. Man, next time we need to get like just pizza dough.
dough, yeah.
Dough and oh,
You know
man.
who has a dough?
Yeah.
Publix.
Yeah.
They make it in-house every day.
Yeah,
They also have another dough that is not made fresh in-house. The mystery is up to you to solve.
Oh, God.
Actually, I already know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
I got the secrets. But you know what else Publix has?
What?
Really shitty brownies.
Yeah.
Now this is blowing my mind because I ate Walmart's kind of shitty brownies a lot for a long time. Much like I drank 64-ounce cups of soda from the gas station.
Yes.
Because I hate myself.
Yes.
Now, sure, they're not great, the Walmart brownies. The consistency's kind of, that's not how the brownie really should be. But they had the cream cheese frosting on top, and it was really tasty. You stick it in your mouth, and you're like, oh, that's sweet. And it's like, it's getting my neurons firing and feeling good with the fucking feel-goods chemicals. The Publix things are even further removed from what a brownie should, like, texturally feel like. It's
Yeah.
just fucking goo. And then I got the cookies and cream version,
Oh.
which you thought would be a shoo-in for tasty topping. No, it's fucking gross. 5 of those went like nothing because I got a bunch of people to try them, and now I can't get rid of any of them. That doesn't matter. All that matters is, how the fuck did Walmart brownies,
One up Publix brownies.
Publix
How
bread,
dare they?
it doesn't even make, like, I'm not even like, oh man, Publix, shame on you. That just doesn't make sense. like at all to
No.
me. My
Right,
mind
'cause-
was so blown. I was just angry and betrayed and sad.
Because normally when I think of like stuff from Publix, it's
Yeah.
like other places, but better. Like their sub sandwiches is like their
Which is-
Subway, but
which
like
is kinda
better
like-
than anything else Subway has ever made.
Right, or even most sub places, because
Yeah.
you can get it toasted and it's
Yeah.
really feeling and tasty.
Yeah.
But then
I think they put twice as much meat in a sub place.
yeah, and you can get the boar's head if you're extra decadent mode.
Oh man,
Right.
and when are you not?
Well, I always ask for smoked Gouda, so I'm pretty much always.
And the mushrooms
And the mushrooms.
that they don't have right
they didn't.
immediately.
They didn't that one time, and that time I felt shitty. But most times they do.
Okay.
And a lot of times they go into one and it's empty, and they come up with like dust, and they're like,
Raw,
To
raw
my sub,
mushrooms
if
or,
you wish.
or cooked mushrooms.
"Oh, they're raw."
Okay.
And then you get them toasted. Yeah.
That does sound good.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
If you like
get that
fungus.
You get that umami
I
flavor.
can't.
so it's baked in.
I think I like mushroom flavor, but I can't get past the mental block of I'm eating fungus.
Okay, check this out. You eat corn, right?
Yes,
You're eating plant dick.
I know. I've come to
Watch
terms
out.
with plant dick.
Watch out, you're plant gay. Oh no. You're a veggie queer.
That's
Wow.
your ask if you used fish sticks or not.
Watch out, Eric. First it's corn, then it's another man's penis.
First it's corn, then it's cornhole.
then it's cornhole. It's a slippery dick. Slope. Dick slope.
Don't even get me started on what you do with okra.
Good God.
Shit.
I never understood okra. Like, check this out. Okra, really popular in South, but the South is the Bible Belt. And yet, okra, from my taste buds perspective, fucking sacrilege.
Fucking crime against God.
Like, I look back on history and go, for hundreds of years we cultivated this? Kinda. I've tried
tasted
it
cooked
fried.
well once.
I tried it fried once and it was okay. And then I tried it a billion other times fried and it was terrible.
Yeah, fried seems like that never goes well in my experience.
One time they got it to be crisp. It was like not soggy and gross, which
'Cause-
is what it is every other time ever.
But yeah, my experiences was in a soup, and actually it turned out well because just kind of like it's okay to be kind of mushy in a soup.
Yeah, because it's a gross, mushy fucking vegetable.
Right.
You eat okra, Eric? You're
No.
giving this look of like, I don't know what an okra is.
I've tried okra a couple. My brother likes it, but again, only fried okra.
Okra is one of the games on Sports Friends.
I believe it.
Yes.
Okra is Jonathan Blow's next game.
He speedrunned it in 5 hours, 2 out of 10. Fucking game journalism. In any case, yeah, no, I believe a soup could go all right with okra. I don't believe pretty much anything else, unless you're like, I am the fry wizard. Behold as I fry this okra, and then I'd still be skeptical, but I could at least allow the capacity for maybe you won't fuck this up.
Yep.
Fucking okra. You know what else I played, son?
No.
Azure Dreams for the
Cool.
Game Boy Color.
Oh, okay.
It is a portable version of a PS1 game called Azure Dreams
Okay, because that's what I was.
For the Game Boy Color.
for the PS. It's a weird name.
Yeah, because wasn't that like a
It is a
capture monsters?
It is a
racing-
roguelike.
Roguelike.
You go in a tower, you find monster eggs in the tower.
Okay.
You hatch them, and when you leave the tower, your level gets nerfed. The monsters do not. So you level up and you get equipment for the monsters and you keep re-entering the tower to get money to make your town better and reach the top where your awesome badass of a dad may be an immortal god. I don't know. I never made it there.
And you have to fight him to prove you're an even more
He
badass
went
immortal
into
god?
the tower, probably died or something, ? And then this desert village got flooded. Like,
Oh.
it just kept raining, and they're like, what the fuck happened there? And a pentagram appeared in the sky.
Oh,
It's a pretty awesome game.
okay.
Now, with the monsters, do you have like a team of them, or do you just have
Okay,
one?
so check this out. It is a tile-based movement. Every time you move, an enemy moves.
Yeah.
And on the PS1 version, which is fucking awesome, it's isometric in 3D. So you go to move, and your characters are really, in my opinion, cool sprites. I think it's cool. And you can set up AI so your monster knows, like, am I supposed to be more aggressive? Am I supposed to use spells on you? But you do not have direct control over them.
Okay.
But you get to tell them where to move relative to you. So you can tell them, be directly ahead of me, be to the left, be to the right, be diagonally, be behind me, and use, like, buffing spells, and I'll beat them to death with a stick as you keep healing me. And depending on what your strategy is, it'll expend more or less MP from them. And after using so much MP, they'll get exhausted and not be helpful for the rest of the tower.
Yeah.
You can only leave the tower in between levels. And... Actually, no. You can only leave the tower if you get a specific item.
Okay, yeah.
This game's hard. This is why I traded it in back when I was like 14 or whatever, because it's fucking hard.
Back when roguelike meant something.
Yeah, it did. That game actually is a roguelike because you move and the enemies move.
Yeah.
Much like Rogue.
Which was very much like Rogue.
And one might say Rogue
The likest
was a
Rogue.
roguelike. In fact, the most roguelike rogue like ever. So the Game Boy Color one.
Yeah.
We're going to go over this real quick. It is now completely 2D, of course.
Right.
It is now nerfed to shit graphically.
Okay.
It looks bad for a Game Boy game,
Oh boy.
in my
So
opinion.
this is Game Boy Color.
It is a Game Boy Color game, but it looks bad for a Game Boy game because the sprites and art they don't have as much effort until you get into a dialogue, in which case it does a like vignette moment where it shows you like the person's face well drawn
Yeah.
and animated talking, but animated talking terribly.
Like mouth flaps.
Two
Just
frames.
Frame open,
Open,
frame
close, open, close, which works for the
Incredible.
tool bag guy, but
Sounds good.
everyone else it looks real weird. The sprites are super small and they lack any real detail, and they only have one solid color per sprite. So it just looks bad. And then the music on top of that was converted very harshly. Whereas the main tower theme on the PS1 is one of the most catchy, fucking beautiful, soothing, like, oh, what a good song. This is such a great song ever. The Game Boy Color one is like, I think, yeah, that's technically the same notes.
Yeah.
And then you played it out of an ass flute. Yeah, it's harsh and bad. And you know where I got Azure Dreams?
Where?
I got it at PensaCon. Bob
Whoa.
and me went to PensaCon.
Whoa!
That is a con in Pensacola.
I did not go.
See how that makes sense? PensaCon, Pensacola.
It's like some sort of portmanteau.
Now, Bob,
What's up?
I think the quickest way to get to the center of what happened at PensaCon is that place is too small for how many fucking people there are.
Yeah, I think even your brother overheard staff talking about how this is impossible.
They had fire people in there talking about regulations and shit. They're like, you cannot stick that many human beings
In that room.
in the vendor area, which was the center of a basketball court that they had just rigged up to have all these vendors booths.
Yeah.
So what they would do is when you go into the vendor's booth, now keep in mind, at the beginning of the day, we get in immediately and we just walk down and we're like, boo-ba-doo-ba-doo, well, we should go to the gaming room. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. What we don't know is that eventually there's so many people, very quickly, actually, that they start stopping people from going in at all, sitting them down on the rafters, the fucking benches, to watch the basketball game, and then letting them in one line at a time as enough people fucking leave that they're not breaking, like, a building code.
Yeah, there, the line wait was 2 hours, I believe.
At one point, yeah.
You must wait 2 hours to get the
To
opportunity
look
to
at
buy
shit
things
that you might buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
If you had the binoculars, you could check it out, but
That sounds.
I had Tosh's camera that we used for the behind the scenes stuff, so I kind of scoped it out a bit, but it was still kind of hard because most of the shit did not face towards that one side.
Right.
Fun fact about rooms: there are 4 sides.
What?
So
No.
I only got
breaking news here at GigaBoots Podcast.
I thought it was gonna be on the news section.
Sorry. So here's what I bought there. I came across a gaming thing, a little game shop. They had good prices. There was one that we ran across earlier in that route. It did not have good prices.
Yeah.
It had, what was it? Mr. Punch Out on NES featuring Mr. Dream for $15. I'm like, there's no way that's a good price. But then we get over to this good one, and they got these rare games, and they got sort of common games, and then they have in-betweeners, and they have Japanese games for all these systems, and the prices are all rather good for everything.
Cool.
Like, pretty much where the online prices sit. And there, in that fucking case, is Azure Dreams on the Game Boy Color. And I'm filming this video for Tosh, who did not get to come to it. And I shit you not, I'm just walking in the video, and then you hear me go, "Bah!" Because that is a thing I have wanted for 2 decades.
Oh.
Just about.
Okay.
Really, like 1.5.
So I guess I'm sad that, it kind of sucks a little bit.
A little bit. So, the problem is this. So I see that, and I go, "Blah."
Yeah.
And then I have to take a moment because it's a bit overwhelming, and you don't want to just go, I need this now.
Do that,
Give me
the anime fall over.
Right. So I look up the price on my phone. It's like within $2 of what you pay online, only it's instantaneous.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's my money dollars. There's a cartridge.
And they don't even do tax there, really.
Like how
No,
they did in the
no.
olden days.
Yes. Before the Amazon. Amazing.
Before the Amazons took over.
Yes. So I was like, okay, I need to think this through. So I walk over to another section. Bruh! They have the PS1 one sitting right there, my fucking childhood, just on a disc in the original case, and they're like $45. It's fucking yours, and I'm like, oh shit! Don't buy both, Dad. So I look it up. The PS1 one, not a good deal. You know why? It has the original case. I don't give a fuck about the original case. I give a fuck about the game.
Right.
Which is why I will never be one of those retro reviewers on YouTube who has the box in his video and is just like, this game is great game. I have made a shot where I have framed me with this great game. Look at this great game right over my shoulder on my shelf. I'm going to talk about this great game. That's right, guys. I'll never be hosted on Retroware TV.
Uh-oh.
But no, like, I don't give a fuck. I want to stick that thing in a game case and just fucking, I own it. And I want to play it because that game is really good. Really good. Really, really goddamn good. But its price was higher because it had the box. So I'm like, fuck. I guess I'm going to get this Game Boy Color one. Because it's price appropriate.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like a week until I order that fucking PS1 one. There's no way I'm holding out longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I'm hearing the music, but I'm not hearing the music.
You just go
Like, it's like,
head on YouTube and just mute that Game Boy and turn up that YouTube and just have it on loop.
But then, like, okay, so here's another area where you really lose out on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Because there's the tile-based movement and stuff, the really cool thing about the PS1 is, like, you would move and then your monster would move at the same time. Say your monster came across the enemy, which are also monsters. It would, like, start attacking right then, and it would have cool animations, like this dragon, who's your first one because it's your dad's monster. It's a fucking little bipedal dragon that could speak and has goggles.
Good. Great.
Because, of course, it can fly. It needs something to keep it out of its eyes. Whatever. In any case, this is an anime who's fuck dragons, so no matter what you're thinking, you're probably not thinking what it actually looks like right now. But that doesn't matter. Its attack, it would like turn into a sphere and then just bash into the enemy and pop back into place, and the numbers would pop up, and there are cool effects and everything. The fucking Game Boy one is like, it reads out text. It did this attack. It did this much damage. Like, that just feels shitty. Yeah.
It's too roguelike.
No, your
Sounds-
solution is really good, and I commend you on the idea of playing that song over that game. It still wouldn't fix that.
You're still playing the game.
I'm still, yeah, the game's still like what I'm actually playing, if not in my head in real life. So that's a little sad. They also, last swag talk from me about PensaCon, they also had little keychain thingies, the little things that hang from your key ring. Of case closed. They had like 9 fucking different designs, and I didn't want to walk out with 9. So
have you? I believe you're a fucking liar. You secretly did want to walk out with 9.
I mean, I didn't want to walk out with 9, but I wanted 9. Like these are 2 different things.
Have
and
you
they're
talked
very
about how a
clashing.
stupid big fan of case
We've
closed
talked
you
about
are?
Jerry Jewell enough for that,
Okay,
I think.
alright.
That's true. I guess I should say it. I know Mike Anthony, who listens to the podcast, knows this. One of the writers over at Retroware. I fucking own all of Case Closed that ever came over, goddammit. I am a huge fucking fan. Fuck that new shit that is showing up on Crunchyroll. It's like, here's this other bitch solving stuff, and I'm like, no! She's not Jimmy! She's not a friend of Jimmy's! Get the fuck out!
Did you ever check a Crunchyroll, like, get a back catalog of everything? 'Cause
No.
I know that they said they wanted to do that.
I mean, last I
takes
checked, they
months.
didn't. Last I checked, they
I mean,
didn't.
it doesn't matter because you own all of it regardless.
But no, like, that's the thing. Japan's 500 episodes ahead of all of the shit that came out in America.
Right. You said of its released here. Gotcha. Right.
I have a fucking problem with Case Closed. It's so good, Eric. It is so good. Except for episodes where Jimmy's like, oh, and then the murderer used tape these 3 different ways because somebody read a book on how you do cool shit with tape.
They were like, I need this in the show.
Oh my god, he hung the projector with the double-sided tape on the curtain rod
He
because,
unlocked
of course,
the door with the tape, and he just
Then
pulled it from under the door frame.
it was like one season. It must have all of those
where it
episodes
was
came
the
out.
tape bandit.
Right.
The tape was used like they'd have the tape to an elevator, and then when the elevator went down, they tore the tape off of a window, which was showing a person, like a silhouette, in the window.
Yes,
it was like Jesus.
They made a silhouette with electrical tape
Yeah.
in a window of a human being, and it worked. And Jimmy, here's the amazing part: Conan just fucking sees the tape in the elevator shaft, and I knew it.
I fucking knew it.
And he was right. That's the crazy part, not the rest of that. The part where that is actually what
that's
happened.
the first thing Jimmy thinks of. Like electrical tape.
in that-
it must have been
Okay.
a silhouette.
So here's the thing with that, right? Jimmy's crazy in that case. The universe is crazy though, cause he's right.
Yeah.
Maybe Japan's just that crazy. Like everyone's like, of course, the electrical tape silhouette trick. I've done that on my wife. Like,
Who hasn't really?
yes, I'm in the shower, honey. I haven't bathed in months. I don't know. I haven't been to Japan. Maybe it's like that. Bob, did you get any swag from PensaCon?
I didn't. I saw some really tempting stuff though. There was a really nice detailed figure of Final Fantasy I's Hero of Light, like
yes.
this India design.
Yes.
Wow.
It was only $10.
What?
Yeah, I was like, I should buy this.
You should have bought that. Why didn't
didn't.
you?
Because I really need to go to the bathroom.
And they were closing.
They
both.
were yes. It was awful. I didn't get to the Venture Hall until like 30 minutes to close.
Bob, as someone who has bathroom issues, but also I think your pants could have taken one for the team.
But Katan's nose / the sushi restaurant we went to afterwards.
You can buy new pants, but you can never buy that figure ever again for $10.
Maybe, I don't know.
So aside from that, there are only 2 other... Well, I guess there are a few other major things about that con. So here's the thing. My brother convinced me to go to this con, to spend time with him. Ironically, that didn't happen at all because of a thing.
Yeah.
But the major thing at this con is they had some dudes from Game of Thrones and the Power Rangers. They had the Red Ranger and the Blue Ranger and the Black Ranger.
Yeah.
The
And
Black Ranger.
the
And then the
second
the
yellow,
original Black Ranger.
the original Black Ranger and the second Yellow Ranger.
Right, because the second Black Ranger was Johnny Young Bosch. And
Yep.
He ain't getting it. He's not gonna fucking slum it at PensaCon.
And it
Nope.
also had the voice actress for Rita Repulsa and the voice actor for darn it, who's the giant head
Giant head.
Zordon and the villain lion dude.
Yeah.
Goldar.
Good job.
Wow.
I could never remember
I was
that.
hearing it
I watched
earlier
a lot of
today.
Power Rangers when I was.
Okay. I think I did too, but even I went, I don't need to store this.
Sometimes things just stay.
Like, because I know back then I put in the Super NES game and it's like Goldar, and I'm like, ah, yes, Goldar. That's what that shitlord's name is. I'm still not going to remember. But in any case, Bob, you went to that panel.
I did.
With
because
them.
I was
You
looking for
needed
any,
to
I was sitting in that stupid game room
Which
waiting.
we're going to cover why in a moment. But,
Yeah,
and you were like, I need to make something happen. I'm going to this Power Rangers thing because it's that, or waiting even later and going to Game of Thrones.
Right, and I did not want to do that. Because I've seen Power Rangers, I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Right, so there's like 0 context.
Right, it's like, oh, you guys all wear armor, I guess? That's cool.
There's a throne and you play a game.
What
Is it
sort of
Parcheesi?
games do you play at this throne?
Is it Pinochle?
How was the Power Rangers thing?
It was okay. They mostly just fielded questions. There were some interesting little tidbits, but it wasn't anything like great. It was super interesting to see all of them like ages that much. Just mainly the Blue Ranger, who was my favorite back in the day.
Nerd.
And
Fucking nerd.
of course.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, he looks super old, but sounds exactly the same.
Really? Wow. Well, I mean, they were adults playing teenagers, kind of.
I think that I guess that they were, because I'm like,
Yeah.
Johnny on Bosch, he was actually a teenager.
Yeah, which is why he looked fresh-faced as fuck compared to them.
Yeah.
Right? And I
Which
think
was always funny.
the Red Ranger insinuated he was a teenager when they recorded that. I don't think he was.
He was also pretty fresh-faced.
He was.
It was the others who really
He
weren't.
was also pretty beard-faced from what
He was
For the
very-
con, yeah.
he was
from
very
the
beard.
pictures I saw.
I think the Red Ranger was my favorite back in the day. Check this out. Not because of how he looks, or acts, or any of his qualities. He's red. You know which Pokemon I got?
Was it?
Pokemon Red.
I was about to say.
Red was my favorite color. You know why? Because Steve's was blue.
Okay. No, I get that. Brother complex, like.
But then at a certain
can't
age,
have
I went
the
like,
thing my brother had.
blue is better. I just gave it up.
I do like Mudkips. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Squirtle is the best.
Squirtle.
Okay. Now, I didn't get to join Bob for that panel. Do you know why?
You were.
So there was
engaged.
a Smash Bros. Tournament.
Okay.
It started a little over an hour after they opened. And it took until
Until they basically closed.
Phew.
it was 5.5 hours. Now,
Jeez.
note the thing we just implied there. They were open for only 7 hours.
Yeah.
What a shit con.
And they set it up so that if you did that tournament, you got to do nothing else.
Because they only had 3 Wii U's with GameCube controllers.
Okay. What?
It was double elimination, which means there's a winner's bracket and a loser bracket.
Yeah.
It was best of 3. It was 3 stock with a 10-minute time limit, and people got to choose whatever stages they want as long as both of them agree. Do you know how many little shits went to Great Cave Offensive?
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So this thing keeps dragging on and on and on forever. And friend of the podcast, Brett, who we brought on, friend of the podcast, but not the channel.
definitely not.
No, not Brett. Unsubscribe. Brett disappears. No. But yeah, he entered this tournament, and he plays Smash with us, and both him and myself were there the whole day. It was fucking brutal. But we placed, both of us, in the top 8, which had prizes.
Cool.
Which after you work out the price of the ticket to go to the con, and the fact you just pissed it all away on a tournament that cost you $10 more to be in, you still lost money.
Yeah.
The one plus was I got to see a really top-level Rosalina player, which is not something I get to do often.
Yeah.
Playing against him was really fun. I unfortunately also got to see the heartbreak that was the last battle.
Well.
Let me explain to the audience,
Okay.
because I feel like this isn't a, ha, the story's funny, or like, I just want to tell a story.
Okay.
So the dude, winner's bracket and loser bracket. Basically, if you lose a match, best of 3, you then go into loser's bracket, and you got to fight your way to the top, and then you get placed in the top 8. So what that means is if you make it to basically the last dude and you lose right before him, you go to the loser's bracket, you do 1 match, and you get to fight him again.
Okay.
Now that is exactly what happens, but the wrinkle and the detail that makes this whole event horrid. So the last 4 matches goes this guy and... Okay, so white dude and Asian.
Okay.
White dude and Asian fight. Asian beat me on my second match, and I tore my way through the fucking loser's bracket to get back and fight him again, and then fucking thing out of left field killed me. Like this other guy, I had no idea he was this good. But it was really close. So in any case, Asian dude, pro Rosalina motherfucker. White dude, I don't know what he used. All I know is everyone who watched this battle said he was fucking trashed. 3-0 style. This guy made it to the last 4 players in this fucking competition, and he was trashed 3-0 style. on both matches. Best of 3-0. They did 2 matches. They were fucking done. And he was trashed. And it just tore apart his ego. You could just fucking look at his face. He's like mid-30s white dude who's balding on top and just loves Smash. And he thinks of himself. He defines himself at some level as, I am good at Smash. And that dude tears him up. So then, dudes from the loser bracket and the winner bracket, one from each, do the other final battle. And they fight. And then some dude comes out. And then that guy has to fight the white dude who just lost. And he beats him. Now, I don't know he beats him. I just watched the white guy as he's deeply sad, fucking torn apart emotionally in front of the, like, everyone who's looking at him. Because he realizes he's about to be televised being torn apart by that Asian dude again. And the conclusion that he's lost is so fucking foregone that it's just painful to go through. Because not only does he need to beat him, because of the rules of the fact he came from the loser's bracket, he has to beat him 6 times to win. He almost cried. It was so sad. I had to turn the fuck away because I'm like, no, I can't even. Like, I want to go over there and just pat him on the back and be like, no, dude, it's okay. That guy's a fucking monster. It is okay. Like, I'm really good at Smash. That Asian dude made me feel... Like, here's the best part, right? He came to this con. He came to this con for the tournament.
Yeah.
That's all he fucking cared for. Every time he signed in on a new machine, he remade his username. You know what it was?
What?
His handle was winner. All caps. He fucking knew. He fucking knew.
What?
He is too fucking top level for this shit. I heard some mumblings. He apparently just goes to places, cons all over the fucking place. And he was like talking about how good the Smash players are in various parts. He's like, I'm pretty high up for the South, but you go to fucking New York. Tear me up like nothing. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And that was the sad thing. That was the final battle. Luckily, the TV crew had terrible ADD and ended up not there at all for the final battle. They were working for PBS, for the local channel, to be like, what's going on in your backyard?
Right, okay.
This middle-aged man is crying over a video game.
Zoom in on that shit.
Zoom!
Enhance.
And they just weren't there, and that was cool. And then the battle ends, and everyone cheers because they're both good. And the white guy really needed to realize that, and I don't think he did. But he was really good at the game. So everybody applauds. We all get prizes. Everything's fine. Asian dude gets $250 gamer chair that I was already fantasizing, making reviews of for GigaBoots. And I was like, fuck that chair. At the same time, that's a nice chair. There was some dude, fucking asshole. Just a fucking asshole, loudmouth, son of a bitch. Get the fuck out. Treated his girlfriend or wife, don't know which, like shit. While there, she's like, you said you were going to go by 2. He's like, yeah, but I'm waiting an hour and a half for my match. I'm going to have this. Just leave. I don't need to go, whatever. And Brett's just next to him the whole time. And at some point in the match, he's just being an asshole. And he's like, yeah, at least I don't treat my wife like crap.
Lovely.
So in any case, I trashed that shitlord. That was the best part of that whole fucking thing. And it's like, oh, Brett just beat you? Do you know what I do for fun? I beat him. You're about to get wrecked 420, son. I shulked his ass.
Oh, God.
It was pretty good.
You were abs all up in his business.
It was a good feeling. And he was like, why isn't up jumping? Why isn't up jumping? And I was so
up
and I
jumping.
It was like, I didn't have a buffer. He was such an asshole. I was so polite to him about like, hey, those guys in front of us are really high-level players. You shouldn't be talking this loud right next to them. You're sitting right next to them and you're just yelling about things, some of which is happening on screen. It's really distracting because he did it while I was playing. And I just barely won one match. I could have lost because of his distractions, but I just barely pulled ahead and won. And I'm like, yeah, you should not. He's like, why does that matter? Who cares? And I'm like, well, they're trying to concentrate. And he's like, we're just here to play the game, man. Why do you care? And I'm like, you don't need to sit right next to... Yeah, so wrecking him felt great.
Yeah, no. Shit.
Fuck that guy. He left the goddamn room the moment I trashed his ass.
Great.
He was an asshole to his wife for no fucking reason. Literally, like objectively and subjectively from his own warped perspective of like, I was an asshole and all just so this guy could wreck me.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Because he's not getting fucked.
No.
Ever again.
No. Unless he gets like a ladle and gets creative.
Or, maybe he's veggie gay.
Yeah, he could be veggie queer.
Veggie queer, sorry.
Or vegetable gay. You gotta like pair up the syllables. You can make one longer, but then you gotta make the other one shorter.
Okay.
That's uncomfortable sounding. In any case, so that was the Smash Bros. Thing. Bob was a champ. He hung out for so much of it. At one point, I was like, hey, Bob, Tosh didn't get to be here. Can you record a match? Just don't zoom all the way in. And then Bob's like, what if I go like, oh, as I zoom in? I'm like, okay, you can do that. That's fine. That's hilarious. Just do it. I played back that video, Bob. Why didn't you zoom in at all? There's so much not the screen.
I thought you said don't zoom in at all.
Those words, some of them were in the sentence, don't zoom all the way in.
I didn't understand.
I don't.
Don't worry, it showed. Tosh is like, why did Bob do this? And it's like, I'm not really, like, it's not one of those epic shots where, like, I'm framed well in the corner and you get the TV, so you get me like, ugh. No, you just hear me seemingly punching a controller because that's how playing Smash at high level sounds like.
Yeah.
Watch the weekly beating.
Just you and Bob punching controllers.
That's how it sounds. I'm so good at this game, Bob. No, this is like mostly nothing, and then every minute or so, my head just bobs in slightly, and then it goes back out. This is great.
Yeah,
I might just upload that unedited because that's me fighting the Asian dude.
Oh.
And that first match I did against him, because I got to free play him later.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, this thing took forever, and it wasn't even because there were a lot of people. It was because there was a lot of people and not enough equipment and not organized well enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking Rosalina as fuck, let me tell you. Bob, you stood around that for a long time.
I did.
Oh yeah, another thing that was a huge problem with this con that Bob really received, like, I sort of had this problem too, but we're fucking in a center that the thing is labeled like it's where this fucking thing should be. It was the Adult Swim panel with fucking Master Shake's voice and Moltar and Zorak.
Yeah.
And we finally stop and ask some guy because we checked all these goddamn rooms. We're like, hey, where is this? And he's like, oh, that's in another building. You need to take the trolley to get to it.
That thing, okay.
Absolutely no implication that there were multiple buildings. Just a tiny label at the top of a timeline.
Right, and not even that. Like, you have to be at the building we were at to get your pass to even go to anything.
Yes.
And then the Master Shakes thing starts at 10:15. It takes more than 15 minutes to even ride to the trolley.
Yes.
Did anyone, do you think, have showed up to that fucking
Probably
thing?
the people who bought their 3-day passes the day before and have that. That's probably it.
Yeah, that
and
probably
know where
is it.
the heck things are.
Yeah, it was another in our long history of going to ghetto as fuck cons because they're near us because we live in the South, and god damn it, don't call it PAX South and stick it in Texas. I understand that is literal cardinal south, but they're close enough to California. Fuck them.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, you said there's a PC Master Race panel?
Yes, and man, am I happy to talk about this. So there's this asshole. He runs a YouTube channel. I don't even remember the name. That's probably for the best. Probably for the best. If you guys comment and you really, at the end of this anecdote, you want to know the name, I'll dig it up. Okay? Just comment and I'll go back and dig it up. This asshole runs a YouTube channel with basically no subscribers, has under 10 views for most of the videos. Most of his videos are just reposting things that companies sent him or he downloaded from some site. And his website is full of shitty, like, imagine if the first Rant Is Go was way worse, where it's just like, I'm gonna make a point about this thing that I think is poignant, which is actually kind of obvious, and I'm making it in a horrifically stupid way. Now allow me to tell you what it literally was. PlayStation Now at a subscription of this price isn't a good deal, because you already have PlayStation Plus, and somehow that works into this value proposition, And it's like 3 paragraphs that is this. This is all his website is.
Yeah.
And somehow he gets a panel at PensaCon to talk about PC gaming and how it's back, right? Like it was just blatantly a PC Master Race thing. And I'm like, how the fuck does this happen? So I dig through his YouTube channel full of all those shitty videos that I was just talking about. And I found a video of him talking about 8-bit gaming in quotation marks. And it's a panel from, I think, also PensaCon or something else from 2012 where it's just this asshole with no fucking views or on his site or his YouTube channel or his anything except for his Facebook, which was clearly like paid because there was a huge number disparity between that and anything else. It was like 1,800 likes on Facebook, nothing else anywhere.
Okay.
Just talking about, quote, 8-bit gaming, quote. And I missed the PC Master Race panel for the Smash tournament. That was poorly organized. I feel like I'm a little bit less rich as a person because I didn't get to sit in the same room as this asshole and tear him a new one. What was it? I was making jokes about how this was going to go yesterday. And I was like, so what do you think about GPU compute? And AMD and NVIDIA not really agreeing on the same standards, and how are games going forward going to utilize GPU compute on the consoles and also take advantage of it on PC without just deferring to AMD using it? Or do you even know what the fuck I just said, you goddamn asshole? What have you done to my panel? I made it about how fucking stupid you are. Would you like to open your mouth again?
We need more material. Work with this.
I'm writing. I'm ready. Boom, Mike. I just fuck that guy. Okay. I am sad though. I hope that video shows up on the internet, but I doubt it. I really do. Eric, what have you been playing?
I've been playing games.
Oh, that's cool.
I've been playing not going to PensaCon.
That is also cool.
Yes.
From what it
yes.
sounds like, the car ride over and the shitty bathroom situation, I would not have done well.
Steve was like, what sort of con ends at 6? And I was just like, fucking without a moment to buffer myself. I'm like, a fucking shit con. Evo ends at 3 a.m. and everyone's blackout drunk in hotel rooms. Which is true.
Yes.
And that's why Evo's great and this sucked. You were saying something about a buffet?
Yes, we need to look up that.
We're going to
You're in
crowdsource.
Vegas. There's a buffet somewhere.
Right. There's some sort of hotel sign-up free buffet the whole time you're there. I think that really works out.
Right?
Shit. Okay.
Think you get like passes to go there so many times, like 2 or 3 per day or something?
I want to pay a lot of money to make me figuring out things stupid easy. I am hungry. Walk in room.
Walk in room. There's a line of food. Just shovel it in your face.
I gotta say, though,
Don't even look at it. Just shovel.
PensaCon.
Is that handprint in the mashed potatoes? Who cares? It's food.
I was gonna say, PensaCon, we actually got some pretty good food. It was all pretty overpriced.
But holy shit, we had the best lemon pie in our lives.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Both of us. It wasn't just like me being like, this is really like okay, so I was like, I'm a fat fuck, and I need a fat fuck meal. So I get a barbecue chicken sandwich.
Because at this point, Dan hasn't been able to leave that room for like...
I've been up since like 7:40. It's now 5 p.m. I've been up since 7:40. All I've eaten is half of a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich. Half. And I guess if you want to count it, a gummy B vitamin?
And maybe siphoning nutrients from the atmosphere?
Right.
The sustenance from the sun?
Which was the gamer room, so it was just man sweat.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a fat fuck. I'm gonna get a fat fuck meal. Get the fucking barbecue chicken sandwich and a Coke and this lemon pie, because the lemon pie looked utterly good for what it was and where it was. Came out to $17.
Jesus.
It's a 20-ounce Coke. And it's just a sandwich, but it's lathered in sauce and it's got chicken.
Okay.
And it's lemon pie. That sandwich was really good.
Yeah.
The sandwich was really good.
Apparently there's a reason they are known for their barbecue.
So that was really good. I get to the lemon pie and I just look up at Bob after one bite. He's like, that good? I'm like, Bob, you're going to need to try this pie.
You need to have some.
He's like, really that good? And I take another bite and I'm just thinking about it. And I'm like, this is the best lemon pie.
Each bite brings me closer to God.
Godhood.
when I finish this pie, I'm gonna punch God in the face.
Make him throw up Satan. Thank you. I said that earlier today, and the people next to me was like, what's funny about that? I'm like, the idea that God has Satan in his gut. Why isn't that funny to you?
When God vomits and Satan comes out.
Oh, I shouldn't have eaten that.
Oh, no. It brings up lots of theological questions.
Yes.
But it's also metal as fuck.
Yes, very much so.
So
That slice of lemon pie was $5, and it was worth every cent.
Do you feel like you should have paid them more for that pie?
That lemon pie was the awesome pizza we had the other day, but better for pie.
Wow.
The fucking whipped cream on that wasn't some pre-made whipped cream. They fucking made that whipped cream.
They fucking milked that cow, got the cream, and whipped the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Whipped the fuck out of it.
Absolutely. This is...
Now it's like a beater, but with actual whips.
I don't even... I'm sad. They gotta sell that at the restaurant, right?
Yeah, definitely. That stand being there was an advertisement for the restaurant.
What was the restaurant?
I think Spot Barbecue. I got a card for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
They gave out like.
I love how we're like, this is the best thing ever. What's the name of it? I'm an adult. What type of medical insurance do you have? Drugs.
I like drugs.
I like drugs. Oh, hey. Bob's got the...
That's Hot Spot Barbecue.
Okay. Do they cater to not Pensacola?
No, they are a Pensacola
Holy
business.
shit. You just said cater and them. That would be the best New Year's ever. Here's a fuckload of barbecue chicken sandwiches.
Like, we're New Year's, we're traveling to Pensacola to get our food.
We're renting out some sort of center to do our LAN party, and we're getting barbecue chicken sandwiches.
We're calling it GigaCon.
GigaCon. So, yeah, okay.
It's 5 people.
Now, tying this whole thing together, the Pensacola thing, just fucking, it's a PensaCon thing, just tying it all up. I told Bob, we need to be apparently throwing panels at local cons, because one, I've seen the type of juggalos that can get in.
Yeah.
And two, we're actually funny and remotely popular on YouTube.
There is that.
So my first suggestion...
I'm terrified of meeting a GigaBoots fan in person.
See, that's fine. The closest one, I believe... Oh, fuck.
They'll
Was
crawl out of the woodwork.
it Hans Von or Cy Wolf who's in Alabama or something? Shit. Oh, well. We'll find out with the comment.
I think it's Cy.
Yeah, I think it's Cy too. Yeah. Yeah?
I think, yeah.
Pretty sure. So in any case, that's the only one. But that's okay. I'd totally be cool meeting Cy. In any case. So my first one, we start doing the Dan video game reviews. You know, it's a different style from our oral stuff. It's a lot funnier or whatever. So the first panel is called I Am Video Games and You Can Too. A Guide to YouTube. By Dan Video Games. All that.
Okay, I mean, I don't think Stephen Colbert will sue you if it's just the title of a panel at a con. It's not like you're writing a book or something.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Also, he's not an asshole.
Also, he's just riffing on like self-help books, and this is a self-help panel.
True.
So it really is just the same form.
True enough.
You're like, yeah, but you'll never be as good as Stephen Colbert.
But
and then it just hard cuts to me in bed, like wide-eyed, sweating, unable to sleep. Tosh is like, shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. So Eric,
yeah.
we're going to try this a second time, and it'll work because all of PensaCon's out.
Okay, it's out of your system.
What have you been playing?
Well, starters, life-wise, I've been playing Get New Drugs.
Oh, okay,
for my
cool.
awful condition.
You get some of that lean?
Yeah. No. Sorry, medication.
Oh, okay.
Sweet, injectable, into my legs medication.
We talking probiotics here? What do we...
It's like it is.
You drinking aloe vera juice?
It is an immunosuppressant kind of thing that helps with like rheumatoid arthritis.
If you're a first-time listener, Eric has a disease.
I have a disease called ulcerative colitis, where my body attacks me because reasons. Basically, so basically, this lowers my immune system so it doesn't attack my physical body and my organs. And yeah, it's super great.
Something interesting.
But it does attack your spiritual body still, right?
Yeah, no, his spiritual sciences are still in flow. It is okay.
The chakras are aligned.
I heard something. People who suffer from hay fever in England, they used to give it because hay fever is basically like grass makes your system go to 100% full alert, and it's just fucking you.
Yeah.
Even though nothing's wrong, it's just goddamn grass and everything's fine. So they had this thing for people who suffer from hay fever. Basically that. Where people would just get a shot. That would fucking tune down their immune system just to feel okay for a few days.
Yeah.
And eventually they're like, wow, this is really dangerous. Okay, this is no longer covered on the public health care plan because it's hay fever, and we get that you're miserable, but you could get something really terrible while you're fucked up on this shit.
Yes.
Now this isn't just I feel bad. This is I have a disease.
I have a disease. It's not like I'm in constant pain or anything. It's just, imagine being just supremely uncomfortable when it's untreated. And at its worst, that's just regular. And at its worst, like, it attacks not just my organs, but like my body. Like one year, my leg just was inflamed and I couldn't walk on it. It's great.
Because your leg was decidedly shit.
My leg,
your immune
shit.
system looked in it and what the fuck is this?
What
Get
the
out.
fuck is that?
We're just gonna swell this up and it's gonna fall off.
Yeah.
Then it'll be okay.
Yeah. No, I had to go to the emergency room actually.
Yeah.
At the time, like,
but
people were worried that I was like, oh my god, you're gonna die.
Yes.
And we looked it up on like WebMD, like filling out like all the little like, oh, what's wrong? What's
my leg's
some of those
swelling
conditions? And it's like, is there like, is it altered in shape? I was like, yeah, it's kind of red and it's swollen and it's kind of bent. The screen like blacked out, whited out all of the other options, and just with red text and an exclamation mark, go to the hospital. It's like.
a great feature for WebMD to have.
Yes. It's like, we don't even need to ask more questions. You fucking go.
And sometimes
Are there snake bites?
And sometimes when I pee, it's blood. It just changes to that. Go to the fucking hospital.
So yeah, I mean, but I just started that recently, so that's. I'll let you know. I'll let you know on the sweet drugs update next week.
We should just have a Twitter account that is like Eric's
I mean, my Twitter account.
Oh yeah.
That I just talked about.
What is that again? Everyday Heretic.
Yes.
You should follow. You guys should follow us on Twitter.
I talk about my disease and things, and also I get drunk and talk about everything.
Okay, so here's this thing, right?
Yes.
We got some more followers.
Okay.
It's a game company who made a game followed us, and I was like, okay, whatever. But then like they followed us and tweeted at us. They were like, go review my game. It's a fun thing. The blah and blah. Top rated blah Android. And I just almost replied without even looking at the game, fuck you. Because that's like a shit fucking way to tell me about your game. I have an email address. You found me because I'm listed in a database that has my goddamn email address. Fucking use it.
Lovely.
So I'm not even looking at that game.
Okay.
Because fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
So anyway, things that I've
Bob.
actually been playing.
Bob.
What's up?
Fuck that guy.
Okay.
What have you been playing other than drugs?
Other than
drug
drugs.
man.
I'll start with the smaller things
Real
first.
quick, what was the name of that drug? Do you know?
Symphony.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Like
the name of it.
Symphony of the Night?
Yes. I used to be on Humira, but that got stupid expensive.
Yes.
And the drug Symphony is also similarly more stupid expensive, but I got
But covered.
no, it's my insurance is fun. I got a medication assistance card that makes it basically free because of my income. So
Cool.
hooray.
Hooray!
Free drugs that hopefully work. Yes. You actually have no idea how amazing that feels because I need to get off the. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about my drugs.
Okay, so you have a Twitter for that.
Yes. Okay. First I bought Starwall.
We need a Facebook page. We need to make it.
EricsDisease.com. Keeping you up to date on all the horrible shit that comes out of my body.
What's in my poop today?
Hooray! Is
A
it
whole
blood?
tomato.
Yes.
A whole tomato and or an organ. God, that's horrible.
And or. I bought Starwall, guys. It's about space narwhals. Multiplayer trying to stab each other in the heart.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty. It's got a cool retro aesthetic. The music's really good.
Fucking 80s awesome bullshit. Fucking menus got like fake ass 3D grids going in the
Yep.
background, flying into the foreground, neon fucking text everywhere. Oh, it's great. I was fixing the PC, so I just got
we'll
to
play
look
later.
at it.
It's cool.
Is it cool?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's got.
You played that with Bob. Bob, you played that?
Bob and Tosh actually.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, you guys. Okay, let me
Up
ask.
to 4 players.
Tosh isn't here. How dare she? She was invited.
It's got a lot of different
things.
There's 5 different worlds, which each have their own levels.
And
Basically, all those
themes,
worlds
like,
are themes.
what was
like
it?
an ice world,
One
lava
of them was
world.
one was the lava world.
Lava 1 had the high ground was one of the levels, and
Yep.
it just had rising lava from the bottom.
Which is pretty great.
Yeah.
What was it? Ice to meet you.
Ice to meet you. There's a lot of puns. There's a lot of that.
One of the things that struck me about this game, you can go into detail on this, is a lot of the customization.
Oh, yeah.
There's a fucking nutso amount of it. How many layers? What can you do?
You can choose the color of your narwhal.
Just regular narwhal. It's a whale with the horn.
Yes. Imagine it's the unicorn of the sea.
Yes. So,
But
you get
actually
to
real,
fucking-
which is crazy.
and you get to do what with it again?
You can change the color.
You can change the color.
You can change the headgear, and you can change the body.
Now, what would show up in the headgear? I thought I saw a lightsaber.
You
it
can change
replaced
your horn to a lightsaber.
That's fucking incredible.
Bob had one that put a scope on his his
Guys,
horn.
like a fucking gun.
Yes,
Like just
it
like
had a laser coming out of the
so fucking
the
great.
sight. You can change it to like a regular sword. You can change your head. Like there's a lot of video game references. There's like a Mega Man helmet. It's called Blue Bomber. There's a Sonic Boom, which is Guile hair.
Yes.
Glad
it was that and not Sonic.
There is Sunbro, both face and armor, which is just a Dark Souls reference to Solaire.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the body ones are just a weird space guy, but the helmet is a picture of the developer.
Because they're like writing you,
Yeah.
I think is implied.
Yes.
But then it just has their like face like
Their face is,
edited
like, yeah.
into
Yeah.
the cockpit crudely, and
Yes.
it's pretty funny.
Those like ones where just like a cat's riding you or a snail is riding you,
Yes.
St. George or something, or you could be a bear wrapped in a burrito, like, or as Bob. No, Bob was his first pick was a bacon wrapped gentleman,
Yes.
which his body was bacon and his head was a top hat and a monocle.
Good.
It's a lot of stuff. It's great, but what's fun about it is because you press X to go forward and left and right to kind of steer. It's really, oddly enough, again about flying whales, floaty. The controls, it's kind of hard to control, but you each have on your underside a heart,
Yeah.
and you have to stab it.
So you have to
stab
maneuver
the other
yourself
person.
underneath them and thrust at it.
Exactly, and when you're close, the game slows down.
Yeah.
and which makes all the difference.
Yes.
And makes it
So much better.
much easier to actually hit, and so much better,
Yeah.
like satisfying to be like, oh, just stabbing. It's great.
Bob, do you have any comments on this?
It was pretty crazy.
Okay.
That game, like, it's not like super technical
It's
or
not very
anything
deep.
like that, but it's so just weird
Yeah.
and interesting.
I'm
like,
really
just
glad.
get 4 people together to do it, and
It's a really fun party
I'm
game.
really glad we're getting more games like this on PS4.
Oh, yeah.
Because I really think the PS4 is pulling its weight with stuff like that. Like New Year's rocked.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like that would have fit right in at New Year's.
Yes.
Fuck
That
yeah.
would have been incredible.
Could have replaced that board game.
So could a sandwich. Like if we all just okay, everyone.
So could a bottle of paint thinner. Boom. Look at it. At least you
What's that ingredient? Oh, it's paint thinner. Huh. Cool. Of course, we're baked. I guess. I don't know how that's cool.
fumes from the paint thinner.
Right, we're fried. Okay, yeah.
I also bought. I don't have anything else to really add. Star Wars really fun.
Yeah,
it's not deep,
I'm
but it's fun.
super psyched to play it. I haven't been so interested in playing a game probably since what was it? It wasn't Towerfall. There was some other game we were playing a good chunk of that was 4-player couch play, and I can't remember what it was. It was on PS4.
Was it in Sports Friends? Was it
I
Super
think-
Floppy Dicks?
I think it was probably Sports Friends, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that game looks awesome.
yeah.
How much was it? Do you know?
It was $10 right now, I think.
I'd say pretty
It was
worth
just
it.
released. It's a discount,
Okay.
I think, for PlayStation Plus though.
Okay.
So.
This will get up before the sales week changes, so
Yeah.
that's good. You two were also like, it was like a hey, like it was funny. I'm like, I'm working on the PC, and Eric's like, hey, can I come over? And I'm like, sure. And then it became Eric, my girlfriend, and Bob play video games and have fun while I'm in the corner. PCs are hard.
Yes.
So
was fun.
you were playing Rayman Legends.
Rayman Legends, yeah.
Rayman Legends.
Rayman Legends.
On the PS4. PlayStation 4 console entertainment system. Your parents helped you set it up?
Indeed.
I believe that's all abbreviated in there somehow.
Yes.
How was it?
It's
They have that ginger chick.
yes.
I love that ginger chick.
She's cool.
She's adorable. and awesome.
There's a lot of
Equal
her.
of both. Yes.
A lot of those like princess Viking.
Tons of reskins of that chick with different hair and other
different
things.
wings and different
Weapons.
weapons.
Yeah.
Wasn't she a space or Tron
There was
one
a,
at
there was
some
a
point?
space one where like
Okay.
her little hat wings spun around like helicopters.
Yeah.
But you also unlock different like alternate costumes for the main 4 cast as well for Rayman, Globox, and Teensy guys.
Okay.
I choose like Sir Ray a lot because it's just Rayman wearing armor. That's kind of funny.
And that pull down helmet.
Yeah.
So hey Eric,
Yeah.
the people listening to this might notice weird jarring cut. It may be some sounds from you right before it.
Yeah.
You have a disease.
I have a disease.
He has a disease.
I had to run to the bathroom.
Bob, you were about to say some things about Rayman Legends.
Was I?
Yeah, you were in the middle of saying that. Okay.
Well,
I don't-
in terms of Rayman, it's a fun game. It's up to 4 players co-op on PS4, which
and it's
is
Black Betty.
really cool.
It's a good song.
Yeah, those music stages where you just run through and basically Guitar Hero platform
Yeah.
is really fun.
Yeah. I'm serious. Between that level and that game and the Ginger and Starwall, I was fucking jelly as fuck working on them PCs. Like, hey, Dad, a new Rock Band came out. Oh, look, we're having something.
Oh, look at this Chocobo racing.
Yeah,
I'll get
look
that
at-
in a second.
But yeah, Rayman Legends pretty
Rayman
nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Was it free? Did you pay money?
it was on sale. It was like $10. So I was like,
$10.
It's from what I heard really good, and it's $10. I can spare that. But I don't know. A weird problem I have with it is its movement. Maybe it's just because I've been so much like platformers is Mario. I'm used to that sort of like physics of a 2D platformer where you hold down run. I'm so used to holding down run to go do anything and do it quickly. But in this game, it actually behooves you to not always hold down run for some sections.
What?
I know. And it was like I kept like fucking up and overshooting jumps and stuff.
I
And
came here from Sonic. You gotta go fast.
you gotta go fast. I mean,
Actually,
you can't go
that's
fast.
Not true. In
There's
Sonic,
a lot of
but-
cool things like you can run up walls and go around. There's a lot of stuff that's cool that it does with platforming. That's really good.
More platforming mascots should dispense knowledge that is downright a bad idea for the games they come from. Like in Sonic, it's bad to always go fast. You go off a ledge or into spikes. So Rayman should be like, gotta hug lava.
Gotta hug it.
I eat it all the time. You should be voiced by Louis C.K. And he should just be, oh, I just love lava. Just shove it in my mouth and just eat it. Eat it all.
But,
Level starts, you kill him, and you're like, what the fuck was, why is that his slogan?
but some of the platforming just feels a little bit off, and some of the gliding, like there's a lot of like, when you're moving and you have the momentum, it's like Sonic. It feels great. Like, boom, running through. That's what, like, it feels like this is what this game is meant to be. But when you slow down, it starts to feel a lot clunkier.
Yeah, I noticed it does have a sort of floatier feel than I typically like from a platformer. I think it was still more manageable, something like, say, Little Big Planet, where it goes full float.
Yeah, no, nothing.
There's a lot of forgiving to it. Like, if you're just shy of a ledge, you'll climb up it. Like, ledge climb up it. But, like, that's cool. There's
Like
a lot
New
of...
Smash.
There's a lot of there's a lot of wall climbing, wall running, and it's just some of the gliding.
Yeah, I know.
Glide.
It is really, it's offsetting because you'd think the glide you'd like jump and keep holding the jump button, but no, you have to like jump and then hit the jump button again and hold it to glide.
I'm just gonna note that asshole that I was talking about, I spiked him on his last life. It felt so good.
Okay.
I took him to the Space Jam.
You went on and slammed.
Yeah.
You welcomed him to the jam.
To the Shulk Jam.
To the Shulk Jam. One might say, he was really feeling it.
Yes, he was. Good lord. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of stuff to do. There's like challenge boards. You can get like little creature things that unlock more costumes and stuff.
There are
there's so
something
many
like 8
unlockable
collectibles per level.
Yeah.
If not 10.
And it doesn't feel awful about it like Donkey Kong Country Returns does. Because
Did that really feel that bad? I mean, to be fair, Donkey Kong Country was a madness box.
Donkey Kong Country Returns has a button you have to hit everywhere, so he does some random action.
Okay, yeah, no, that's
awful.
I mean, for me, awful is knowing that, oh yeah, Donkey Kong Country 1, the full percent's actually 101.3%. and you can only get some of those on the first time through the level in this one specific level at the end of the game, and if it saves, you're done. That file is done.
Lovely.
Great.
They're like, hey, we made Iron Sword. How about we make a good game? They made Donkey Kong Country, and some guy at the end's just, no! Fuck everybody, I'm just gonna put this in there. Fuck you. And they're like, you done, Tom? And he's like, I'm done.
I'm done. Sorry. But there's a lot of good humor to the game too. Like a lot of kind of funny,
Snidely Whiplash sort of antics with fucking Looney Tunes bullshit.
The best one was we were running through this like luchador level.
Okay.
And as we were running through, just randomly, a luchador from the sky would go, oh!
Oh, yes. And crush through the level.
That was pretty great.
It was amazing. But,
so there's an evil blue dude with the big nose who's stealing female blue chicks with the big noses.
And every time you meet him, he's like
"Heh."
honking their noses, which I feel is like he's groping them. It's a little creepy.
But it's like dumb, like because you don't know that that's their sexual organism, so it's just sort of like you take it at face value of like that's their nose.
Yeah.
So it's almost like he's some fucking little nerd, some little shit who's like, I'm gonna steal this girl and then I'm gonna squeeze her nose.
Yeah.
Bye, and then he just takes off with her
in his flying car.
Yeah, and it's so like caricature level of like, what the fuck? This is so fucking Looney Tunes stupid bullshit. It's great.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
It is.
But then Bob was like, what was it? One level ended with the exact same animation for success as another, and you're like, this is happening again?
Yeah, I think that
there's
that
like
continues to
blue
happen
dudes
exactly the same
who are
way.
stealing multiple blue women.
I think it's all the same blue dudes stealing.
No, it's not.
It's not
Forever
because
Alone?
you actually stop.
when you beat the boss and when you first meet the guy when he captures the girl, you just save the girl and he runs away and sics a boss on you. And the next level is like a boss fight. At the end of that boss fight, he tries to run away again, gets his car stuck, and you punch him into space.
Cool.
In which he gets stuck on a crater, and weird demon aliens come out and start poking his ass with a pitchfork. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
So no, it's not the same one.
Okay.
That's
noted.
good. No, that's terrible.
It is pretty terrible.
Anything else about Rayman Legends?
It's just overall, platforming aside, it starts to get pretty hard. Like, I tried playing another music level that I was like, holy shit.
Now,
the art's real nice.
Yeah, the art is real good. There's a lot of really distinct enemies and lots of funny animations and just all the backgrounds are looking great. This is a really well put together game. You got a thing?
now, like, I suppose those other two weren't enough with the Black Betty rhythm level platforming, because I love platformers.
Oh yeah, the other music level, Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah. Okay.
But
awesome.
on Mexican, like, mariachi band.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
Yeah.
As if that wasn't enough. What you guys also did was play in the Gold Saucer.
Yes.
In fucking
Well,
Final Fantasy 14.
I was playing 14. They released the Gold Saucer free patch. Just free.
Yeah. Free content update.
You get the Gold Saucer.
Sometimes MMOs update with free content.
Yeah. I know, right?
Weird.
Most real MMOs seem to do that.
Oh, no. Because I know you're alluding to Destiny.
Yes.
I believe the best quote I saw from Destiny is, Destiny is a game that teaches you, slowly, over time, how to stop playing Destiny.
Yeah. What was that, Jason Schreier?
Yeah, I think so.
This is the fucking truest sentence that man has ever spoken.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that is the only winning move. It took me 160 hours to fucking max it out. In any case, Civ is what we're talking about.
I was planning on doing like a quick play or something to show it off, but unfortunately the GigaBoots died. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just show these guys.
Yeah.
But
we may do it again.
So we did,
because I haven't played it.
We did not record quick play.
Yes, so I made the joke because they kept jumping from game to game and playing them for like 30 minutes to an hour. And Eric's like showing us stuff, and he's like, "Check this out! You can do these." We were doing quick plays, we just weren't recording them.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was fucking meta.
A little bit.
It was almost like we were living a webcomic out for some. Yeah.
Anyway,
in any case.
so they dropped that patch, and there's a level 15 quest which you can get, which you can even get to in the free trial if you feel if you so choose. And you get it.
Really pushing that one home. And you're like, you can reach level 15 on the
Maybe I want people to play with, man. More people.
You have aggro. Isn't that enough? Is he not enough man for you?
His play schedule's super weird, so I don't often see him.
Here, allow me to clarify. He's not playing.
No, I see him online.
Okay, I'm just, I was just assuming based on past gaming history.
No, he's. Anyway, so you drop that, you get a golden ticket, and you fly to the gold saucer, and it plays the music, and you fly in. It shows you all the stuff, and what it introduces is it plays that music. It's great.
I'm just setting the theme.
Great.
Okay.
In the gold saucer, there's a bunch of little like shitty mini games that you can play that are like little arcade games, like shoot hoops and basically like bars. You know, time the bar presses to punch a dude or toss a basket or play a crane game.
You know what I liked a lot?
Yeah.
That Cactuar mascot.
The Cactuar mascot, which
in a fucking tux.
A tux and a top hat.
And a fucking monocle? Was it?
Monocle. Well, it was like a star monocle, I think.
Yeah, he just fucking walks around.
Yeah.
He's like, look at me.
Yeah.
Here I am.
And occasionally, we went to the statue of the founder of the Gold Saucer.
Who's ripped as shit.
Ripped as shit, shirtless, golden statue. The little cactar wanders up to it and like starts worshiping it. I don't know.
Starts fucking bowing to it and doing a spiritual dance in front of it, channeling its life energy, its god energy into his cactuar life.
There are also in the game there are like random events called fates, full active time events, basically like little activities to do in the world. They have them in the gold saucer as well. They're called gates because golden saucer active time events, whatever.
Wouldn't that be Gasates?
No, whatever. Anyway, so and those are like
no, those aren't two words. Said the English major.
Yes, also little mini games that you can do with those as well that you take part in a group.
Okay,
that's cool. Like either like a platforming challenge or like a Simon Says like dance off challenge, stuff like that. There's also what?
Talk about playing it. Don't describe everything in it.
Okay.
Because that's an audio quick play.
There's Triple Triad, which is Triple Triad. If you've played Final Fantasy VIII, it's that card game.
Which is good.
From then. And
I'm happy.
Yeah. It plays pretty much that.
Nobody played it, like,
I think
while you were here, right?
I think I did.
You
I
did?
think I showed it off and got trounced by an NPC.
Okay. I guess I
was in the Gold Saucer and around the world.
Moment.
People used to have like card icons over their head, and you can challenge them to Triple Triad. Watch out though, because fuck, these guys like day one have some of the best cards I've ever seen. I'm like, I've got this Cactuar card. You have a face. You have fucking Squall and this shit. Like it's stupid. Also, there's a fucking cloud card that you can buy for a million
golden saucer dollars.
And there's Chocobo Racing, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty close to what it was in 7 with the stamina and stuff, and a really long track that goes up and down and vertically, and it has different environments.
Different environments with different weather effects that are random for environment.
And what I found interesting is you actually ride your Chocobo.
Yeah, you do ride it.
Everyone and there's a power up. Like there are pickups, like Mario Kart style, kind of.
That like give you like a speed boost or like
stamina buff,
or like a turtle shell kind of like you just grab a ball at people, and there's like boost pads around as well.
So you showed it to Bob and Tosh when you played first. What did you place? Do you remember?
Like third.
Okay.
I consistently place sometimes second, mostly third.
And you know the game is like the stamina thing. It's all about managing your stamina and making sure you use it to its fullest extent, but don't YOLO gem that and run out and then have a choke a derp.
Yeah, your Choco just goes going, oh god,
a goo. But Bob picked it up and. Something didn't work out. You got like 6th or something. It was It was downright nasty. It was downright fierce.
It was bad. I was conserving too much of that stamina.
Now Toshu's never fucking played this game.
Yeah, basically
like probably not even in the original Final Fantasy VII version. Fucking never played it probably because she's fucking young. He was young and was born in 1990.
Jesus,
so young. I'm Pito.
Rob that cradle, Dan.
Yeah, you know it. From the cradle to the bed to the grave. We take a stop. We take it slow. We make it happen.
Yeah, no.
Battle cruiser quotes. In any case,
Tosh picks it up.
She fucking picks it up and just YOLO gems it and gets first. And everyone in the room's just like,
I had not gotten it. She got me an achievement in the game.
He can't Control Z that Chivo.
I can't.
It's just there forever.
It's there forever to remind me of my awful casualness.
Just
First time
firebranded into your back. You know, you just look back there and you're like, Chivo.
Chivo.
I didn't earn this.
I did not earn that. I still haven't gotten first place yet.
And I'm reminded of that terrible The Scarlet Letter skit from SNL where it's like BJ. They're like, yeah, you can live in our village. Sorry. In any case.
So yeah, I mean,
so the salt is intense.
There's also
I think you mean the great Saturday Night Live sketch.
I have a lot
Admittedly,
of salt.
that was a lot better than most of us.
I mean, I'm happy that she got that and was in first and had a good experience her first time doing it.
Happy.
But Jesus,
So glad.
so glad. Ultimately, and there's also a lot of like single player, like dungeon stuff that I don't have access to yet. No, a lot of like single player stuff, or not single player, but like quest line stuff and new raids and so on. And that's it.
Oh wait, are those related to Gold Saucer or just in general?
Just in general?
Okay.
Yeah, those are just like the general other update stuff.
Because some raid for Gold Saucer sounds pretty
Gold
great.
Saucer raid. No, there's no Gold Saucer.
Is that when like a giant can of Raid comes down, sprays the Chocobo Racing, and they all just drop over dead?
Yes, that is that.
That's terrible. Why would you want that?
I was thinking one of the weapons attacked Gold Saucer and you had to fight him off, but maybe that was just me.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
One, that's the only good thing left at the end game. And two, that's a nightmare. And you're not going to win.
No.
Do you really... If they ever add one of the weapons as an enemy to that game, that's going to be like the max party possible to fucking fight it. And it's going to take hours.
Well, there kind of is, but it's like a main plot enemy, so you have to fight it. It's not like Emerald or Ruby weapon.
Okay.
So
Well, then it's
Is
fine.
it Atma?
no.
Okay.
When the sword
like,
comes to life and just starts stabbing you, you're like, no, stop it!
it's like
No,
Omega
no,
weapon or
you
something.
actually have to kill Atma weapon in Final Fantasy VI to get the Atma weapon.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
The main thing I remembered is, one, that effect was amazing. Two, the damage was based on your health.
Yep.
That's an awesome idea. I don't know. Whatever.
But no, there is a weapon, which as soon as I saw that, it's like it's the what weapon? Shit, fuck. Because of course it immediately in story cutscene fucks your shit up.
Of course.
Yes.
Hey, Bob.
What's that?
Did I ever tell you the great story? My grandfather plays video games, so that everyone from there down plays video games. I'm at his house, and he's like, watch this. It's Final Fantasy VI. He selects attack, and then he leaves. And it just keeps attacking the whole time because he got enough Genji shit where it just kept going. And it was with the Atma weapon. Just kept fucking going. She's just like, everything must die. And I'm just like... Because I don't know what a Genji is. Like, I didn't play to the end game, and I'm just like, Grandpa, what the fuck did you do to this poor game?
But
The Gam Genie.
you're the Gam Journey. But I finally got to max level 50, which, man, that just unlocks a shit ton of stuff to do. Like, I haven't started, like, playing that game.
Oh.
Like, holy shit. Lots
So
of stuff to do in
what
50.
you're saying is when you level cap, it becomes a completely different game. But
Not
this time...
completely different, but holy, there's
Well, I would say
even
more so than
to do.
Destiny.
Yeah. Way more so than Destiny.
Right. Which became the same game over and over and over again really fast.
A little bit. Because now I've got my full like class paladin armor, but now there's like an entirely separate quest line to get my like class specific cool looking weapon.
Cool.
Or relic weapon that
Good.
is like specific to your class.
Games need that. Destiny would be better if there were class-specific uber weapons, in my opinion. I don't like the idea
Which,
of
fuck,
exotics.
by
and
the way,
everything.
once you
What's
get
up?
that relic weapon, there's also additional quest lines to upgrade your relic
Yes,
weapon.
Yes, that's
that's a
always good.
proper MMO thing.
This is...
Do you want to grind your life away to make this the most awesome in Awesome Town?
Please?
Yeah, that's
Can I?
kind of...
Can I give you
work
money
at
to
a
do
pizza
that?
joint. I want to boot this up and then wake up 8 hours later, basically. Can we... I don't work at a pizza joint. I just know people who have done that, and it was sad.
Yeah.
It was like, I work at Pizza Hut and MMO, and that's all I do with my life. And I'm like, oh my god. Yes, that sound. Just getting louder and louder until it was 11 in my brain, and they're just saying things. I can't hear anything.
So I'm trying to, but ultimately it's just like that they just dropped that shit like in preparation for their big expansion, Heavensward.
So this was a really good week for you.
This was a pretty good week.
You got Star Wall, you got Drugs, you got Rayman Legends,
Yeah,
you got Final Fantasy 14 free update.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good for me. A fucking working computer.
Yeah.
Bob, the con sucked for you.
Yeah.
Do you have something else to cling to this week? How's Devil May Cry 3 treating you this week? That's the HD version for PS3.
Yeah, it's the HD version.
Because he's going for that platinum, yo.
How's that jump cancel working out for you?
It's free jump cancel.
Good.
I see people online and I get pretty jelly about what they can do.
Yeah, well.
But I need to practice more. I need more training.
Every time you think you're good at games, go watch a speed run and just go, oh, okay.
I love how it's like
you become that 30-year-old man.
I love how you said that. You were like, and then I watch people online and I get so jealous. And I had two concurrent thoughts. The first one was, now you know how I feel with Rock Band. And everyone's like, oh, you're so good. You play every instrument on expert. I'm like, yes, but I'm not perfect. And the second thought was, now you know how I feel with Resogun. That one was wrong, though. Like, I look up Resogun videos online and I'm like, you're doing this wrong.
Stop.
Stop, shit dick.
But yeah, I got to mission 18. I beat that one the other day. That 18 is the one where you actually have to fight like a lot of the old bosses.
Yeah, it's that boss rush thing some weird white celestial realm, and as you beat each one, it lights up a gem, and you need to light up a set amount or all of them to leave.
You need to light up a set amount. There's different ways you can light it up, though. Like the whole point is to make a circle of lights. So there's like if you fight through the harder bosses, you can do it just by getting those three.
Okay.
If you want to fight the easier bosses, you can fill like a whole circle.
Okay, I remember that back when I first ran through it and going, I don't think that was supposed to work like that because it made no sense to me.
Right. It's illogical if you just think.
Not explained very well.
Right.
So how did that go this time?
Also,
on Dante Must Die mode.
Also, it has the chess game.
Fucking chess game.
Yes.
And then they brought it back for 4.
No, 4 had a totally different.
He had a board game.
It had a board
Either way,
game.
at the same basic level, fuck them.
Well, the chess game doesn't play at all like a chess game. The board game was just nonsense. So I think they're wholly different concepts. Both really annoying.
Both just nut punches at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just wailing.
Because they had like chess character or chess piece enemies all throughout Devil May Cry 3 though. So it kind of made sense to finally get
Right.
This is
yes.
like a demonic chessboard.
You weren't finding Parcheesi the whole way through Devil May Cry 4, and then at the end it's like, oh, this makes sense. Okay.
Right.
Sorry, and then you push the bubble.
That would be hilarious if there was just that one moment. That was.
What was the name of the
Trouble?
Yes, Trouble. No, I was saying it was going to be like
your
some
knowledge
weird...
of Milton Bradley games.
No, I knew it was Trouble. I'm just saying it would be some weird amalgam of fucking board games at the end, and the bad guy's like, ugh, then I'll kill you, and you're like, oh, sorry, and then you use your demon hand to click it, and he's like, nah.
Or, sorry, you suck my battleship. We're getting into trouble. Also, Mousetrap.
What's the name of the one where you identify?
Guess who?
Guess who? What do you say when you just go? Is it Tom?
Yeah. No. You have to like. Does he have glasses?
Yeah, I get the mechanic of the game. I thought they were like, at least in the commercial, they made it like, I know who it is. Or like there was some shitty phrase because they all had
it's
shitty
fucking
phrase.
Tom. If it's not Tom, I'm gonna kill you.
Man, how great would it be if like fucking all those Guess Who commercials ended with an 8-year-old going, "It's fucking Frank."
You always choose Frank.
And then, like, at the end of the commercial, it's like, it's fucking Guess Who? It's fucking Ralph. No, Ralph's a pedophile and in jail. Oh, I should have mustache.
I needed to ask about that.
First time my job was like, I'm really glad you shaved your mustache. Not talking to me, talking to someone else. You looked like a Chester. And started walking away, and I'm like, she did not just fucking do that. And then she's like, what? Chester the molester. And I'm like, oh my God, she even just underlined it. What the fuck? You can't. Whatever, this shit's happening. I'm fucking
laying out them truth bombs.
Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 3.
On Dante Must Die, chapter 18. How did that go?
That is. I had to look up some strategies on how to deal with that. That chessboard especially.
Most suggested whiskey.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's how Resogun gets at a certain level. It's just like, you're going to be angry and miserable and fucking doing this for days. How long did it take you?
I got through that within a few hours, I guess, for the chessboard.
For the first time?
For the chessboard.
Okay.
And then the brick wall of fighting these bosses again, some of which have changed randomly. Like there's different. The way that one of the boss fights worked was just weirdly took more hits for Do you remember the doppelganger boss fight?
Yeah.
There's this ring of lights around the room.
Yeah.
And the doppelganger like tried to put out the lights while you're trying to light the lights up.
Yeah.
The lights take an exact amount of hits.
Uh-huh. And if you hit it more than enough?
No, it keeps working.
Okay, continue.
But your first time through the game, like I already bought the doppelganger.
They raised the number of hits?
They raised the number of hits.
Okay, that's great.
That just completely screwed me because my whole tactic was, okay, I jump to the light, I do the shredder,
Yeah.
and then I do a stinger,
Oh my god.
and then I do another stinger as soon as he's like within the field, so it'll hit and turn on and hit him. That is no longer enough hits. So it's like, oh well, now I need time for do two shredders and one or two shredders and one more stinger, or two stingers and one more shredder.
Right.
And it's like I don't have that time.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Nobody got time for that.
No. That boss fight was annoying.
Yes.
That is one of the few like I hated that more than Quicksilver, though I know Quicksilver's very different on Dante Must Die because its damage values ramp way up, which makes it even more of an asshole.
Oh my god. I also hate
Quicksilver is a demon horse that pulls a carriage and literally fucking runs you over, time teleports to the other end of the bridge, and does it again.
Okay. Wow.
That horse is an asshole.
Yeah.
So in any case, yeah, no, fuck that doppelganger battle. That's just not even, like, fun. That's like, oh, look, this mechanic, that's hard. And I'm like, yeah, and not fun.
Yeah.
Good job, asshole.
And also it relies heavily on a target system that may target the guy you really don't want it to. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that doppelganger battle is annoying. But what's way more annoying is the Quicksilver. This is the first time I fought Quicksilver in years.
Now, Bob, I've heard from someone recently, Quicksilver is a demon asshole horse that just runs you over time and time again. Is that pretty accurate?
You forgot the part where he doesn't just run you over. He summons spears.
Yeah.
Time spears.
Time spheres. Yes, actually, yes. They are time spheres. This horse is a fucking dick.
Yes.
A time
dick.
I had to look up a way to completely cheese him, which still wasn't easy.
Right, of course not. Because it's fucking Dante Must Die, the most ridiculous fucking, like, I'm playing Resogun in master mode and looking at you and I'm like, what I'm doing and what you're doing and playing Destiny are all the same thing. At the end of it, though, you and I get to look good. The guy who's playing Destiny goes, that game sucked.
Huh.
But yeah, I also saw, as I was looking up videos of like quick speed runs of Mission 18. People I'm just going to believe are just cheating.
Yeah, you described it to me and it sounded like they're fucking cheating.
Yes, it was clearly the PC version. And somehow he's using this move that the Agni and Ruja weapons get. It like causes this fire tornado. Mm-hmm. It's just doing massive damage to these bosses. I have no idea how. Like on the Succubus, he's able to knock her all the way down to her down state before she even gets out an attack. And I'm like, there's no way that's possible. And I kept trying to do it. I'm like, this just doesn't work out. So either they know something I just don't.
Did you try to contact the person, like Twitter or something?
No, that video was like ancient. Most of the Devil May Cry 3 video stuff is really old.
Weird.
Like
it's almost like the game's old as fuck.
Well, I imagine you might be able to find a speedrun of it recently.
I mean the problem isn't that he's not finding a speedrun. He just said he saw this in a speedrun and it's doing a thing.
Speedruns, I guess.
Yeah, there are other speedruns that don't do any of this insane stuff. They do their own insane stuff, which
Which is his own thing.
Right, but it is all within the confines of what is possible in this video game. And a lot of them are playing turbo mode, which is also a different set of timing because it's all, I think, 20% faster. And I'm not doing that because, things are already going pretty fast here.
Like those shitlords who play DDR and they're like, I don't want the arrows to be solid. I want them to blink in and out of existence because I'm just that cool.
What was the DBZ? I can't even follow them.
But yeah, Mission 18, not fun. I kept that paused for like 5 hours because you guys came and hung out, and then I was like, okay, I gotta finish this because I'm not doing the chess battle again. The chess battle I won basically by luck.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Because fuck the chess battle. fuck it. I just fucking... I mean, it's not the board game. At least it's not that.
Right.
Because I hate the board game.
But yeah, once those chess pieces go Devil Trigger, their health bar basically become
nigh infinite. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, oh, fuck.
And also,
cool.
if any rooks exist on the board, the king will shift places because in chess you can do that.
You can do that. What's that move called? Anyone remember when you switch the king and the rook and you do that defensive maneuver in chess?
I used to know. It was in
I used
chess
to know
club
too.
way long ago.
Yeah, you were.
En passant. Wait, no, that's when a
that's...
pawn passes in a different way. Shit, I don't know. I don't remember.
So in any case,
but I found out that if you the rooks can only do that so often. So the goal is to like shoot the king with your guns a lot until he's out of doing that with the rooks, and then you can get it off a cheap shot on the king.
cool.
Yeah, all right. Maybe that's enough Devil May Cry 3.
I mean, here's the thing. You going through Devil May Cry 3, so part of me is like, after I'm done getting all these gold feats, or gold challenges and feats in Resogun, I might actually come over to Devil May Cry 3 and, like, get good at it. Because I've been really interested in that since it came out.
Right.
I wanted to do that for Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, but that's almost like being really good at doing Juggalo face paint. Like, there's not a very high ceiling there, and at the end, you're probably not going to be appreciated because your game's screaming something about blood on the sand, and it's a dumb game anyway, so, I don't know. Plus, there's something classic about Devil May Cry 3.
Yes.
Like, I need to go back and play it, but I feel like Jeff Gerstmann does. Like, Jeff Gerstmann... So he was at E3 when they brought out Ocarina of Time 3D for the 3DS, and he picked it up and he's like, "Oh, this doesn't. No, this game's 10 out of 10. It's perfect." And he just put it down and walked away, and he hasn't played it since. He does not want to go back to Ocarina of Time. I feel like that for Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
Yes. For me, that was the definitive action game for a really long time, and the only thing that ever pushed it out of that spot was Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Mostly because Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is a tighter package, doesn't recycle content in obnoxious ways, and is fucking hilarious and awesome at the same time. A fucking hard trick to do. So yeah, I don't know. I may do that. Or I may stupidly try to continue to platinum Little Big Planet.
Or you'll have some Azure Dreams to look at.
Oh yeah, I did just order that in your disease break because I'm a fucking spineless, willpowerless... That game's really good. I bought 2 versions of Azure Dreams today. What is my deal?
I don't know.
Like 2 decades, I was fine. I see it in person once, and I'm like, I did you!
All of the barriers, the dam broke.
Yeah, the dam.
I'm actually really excited about the Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, because I feel like polishing that 4 up more and adding things to it, that could be really interesting good. I really like 4.
Yeah.
And I want to play that again, but I'm just not going to play it again the way it is now. I'm stopping myself. That's why I'm playing Devil May Cry 3.
But here's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. What could they even polish with 4? I mean, like, realistically, they could completely change the game and make it way better.
Okay, let's be honest here. They're going to add trophies. This is going to be the first time I can get trophies for that game.
Okay, is that what this is about?
Well, that and Virgil. I really want to see what they do with Virgil. If they do a fully featured Virgil, because they've already shown that he's in it.
Mm-hmm. Was Virgil even in that game?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it's just Nero.
But yeah, I really don't expect them to do anything too crazy. Like, it'd be great to see them just blow out and be like, now Nero has an extra weapon, or now Dante has some different stuff. Anything, but I don't expect it. I really don't.
And I don't either, which is why I'm kind of like, in that case, I kind of have the feeling that ignoring trophies, because I wanna, which is weird, I could get a better experience on the PC version I bought for like $7, because technically, when I get a new video card, which will happen sometime soon, I guess, like, even your video card could run it at above 1080p and downscale it to 1080p and it would look great. And it already has a cleaner image than it originally did on the PS3. And it runs at 60. I don't know what they can add to this new one that doesn't come off terrible gimmicky like Virgil in Special Edition did. Because I played Virgil in Special Edition. I'm like, He's not as deep as Dante. He's just some garbage man who's just like, hey, I'm here to shit up the joint. You want to throw some cool energy blades? And I'm like, sure, let's do that, Virgil. And he's like, look at me go. And I'm like,
Yeah,
great.
I will be really upset if he is like he is in Devil May Cry 3.
I mean, hell, he's already better than that.
Yeah,
in
he's been-
DMC, Devil
right.
May Cry. Like, me and Bob were tuning in for a stream of the, is it called Definitive Edition?
I think
What a
so.
shit name. The new version of DMC for next-gen consoles and PC.
No. Yeah.
Lol. In any case, and like Virgil has this immense depth to him where like I was watching it and I don't know who spoke first, me or Bob, and I'm like, man, that's a lot better than what I know my Cry 3. That's fucking horseshit. These guys didn't even make a Devil May Cry right, and they still made Virgil better.
Right.
You also played Under Night In Birth EXE Latte?
Yes, it was
Late.
delicious.
It was tasty. 10 out of 10. Would try again.
But yeah, I actually from what I played so far, that fighter, it's pretty fun. It's made by the people that made Melty Blood, which
Means nothing to probably most of you.
right.
But if you've ever heard us, and there are multiple quick plays out there of me and Aggro or I just screaming, my name is Shikitono and my word is law. Because he looks like a fucking normal high school student, but he has a razor blade and can pull the piano strings of the universe to kill you.
Oh. Okay.
Now, for what I've seen in this new game, Bob would agree, this is pretty cool.
yeah, it's got lots of really cool anime stuff in there.
But none of them are just normal high school students with a razor blade who can pull the strings of the universe to kill you for some reason. And are overpowered horseshit.
Yeah,
But they are cool.
they are really ridiculously cool. Maybe too cool.
We will get a quick play out of that.
Definitely.
We definitely will do that. We're going to be the only people on the internet turning out a quality video of that. Do you know how I know? Because Japan doesn't know how to turn out a quality video of anything. I watched their movies, Bob.
Right.
I'm like, what is the I render videos better than what? Here's your Blu-ray. Fuck you. It's just a mailman. Here's your Blu-ray. Fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
How dare you look at my Death Note movie? You sold it with your Gaijin eyes.
But
But that's like the worst sentence since he's looking at his Japanese pornomes, or he's watching one of his Japanese pornomes. You sold it with your Gaijin eyes. Baka.
so what are the features in this game?
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. We're talking about Death Note
Besides
movie,
its
Yes.
incredible name.
Yes,
which is a feature in its own right, really.
it's got that thing like Persona. What is it?
Ultimax.
Ultimax.
That thing.
That fighter
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Really,
Yeah.
just both of them. Whatever,
where,
go. Talk.
The light attack button, the square button. If you just keep hitting it, it'll automatically do a combo.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just a game where you could, like, pick up the controller, have never played it before, and you can keep hitting square and do a rather long combo that even involves, I think, launching and stuff.
Yeah, it'll launch and it'll even end with a super if you have enough bar for a super.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really cool.
really friendly. So you get to see cool anime stuff and
Without having to invest time in, like, how do I combo string this horse
Right.
shit together?
yeah, which good. Good. Do you remember anything about this to say anything meaningful? Like about the characters themselves individually or like broadly?
Each
Okay,
one's got its own like stereotype of anime to it. Like
Cool.
there's this one girl who's got a giant katana and she does quick draw techniques.
There's one person who has spectral spider arms,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
legs, and he
Sweet.
just fucking tears you up with that shit. There are two chicks with really big boobs.
Okay.
One who's flaunting it a lot, and another one who's just plain bigger.
Okay.
There is a chick who's like a PensaCon, but also like New 13 from Blaze Blue. There's another character who's a fucking grappler dude and huge, kind of like Tager is. But he has metal fucking steel hands that are like
It's
machine-
the screen.
machine sharpened to fucking not hold things well and just stab you when he tries to hold you. That guy's crazy. His midair grabs, he just swings you around the whole screen because his arms are that long. I saw him on the character select and I'm like, now obviously, Obviously, this guy's arms are this big. He won't use them well. There will be some. No.
No, he knows. How
Hey,
to
you're
use
on the
that
other
shit.
side of the screen. Punch, punch, punch. This is great. I'm like, yeah, the people who made Melting Blood made this.
I have this.
Time to use fist on face. Yeah, that game's really cool. I really can't wait to show you guys a quick play of it. Like, I'm so glad the shit's working. Because, I don't know. I haven't been checking for videos of it, but I highly doubt anyone's done a really comprehensive, high-quality render of it at 60 frames per second.
One thing that's really crazy about it, you can
It's a PS3 game. Continue.
You can buy different colors for each character. Each one has like 20 colors, and I mean buy with in-game currency.
Thank you.
Not with real cash money dollars.
Cash money dollars. But they're what? Sorry.
You can buy
a shit ton of colored costumes.
Yeah, color costume. Each color scheme has its own name to it.
Wow.
Which I really appreciate because they're just absurd and over the top.
Because Japan.
Yes. And there's a art gallery. And one of the art guest arts in there is a Skullgirls team. That's cool.
Yeah. What was it? They had 6 different characters they drew. Either 6 or 8. And they were all different styles from the lead animators or whatever, the artists on the team.
Right.
And I was like, that one's Kineko. I recognize it because of boobs.
Watch out.
How she draws the boobs. What was it? She was like, I want to watch Queen's Blade, but I don't want the shitty, stupid character to ruin this character design. Like she likes one of the characters in it, but she knows if she watches it, she'll be a dumb bitch or something, and she will not like that character as much. I like Kineko. She has smart ideas about things.
That is a good idea.
Don't watch Queen's Blade.
Whatever your reasons, really.
Whatever your reasons, just stop and go, I don't deserve this.
Imagine yours is a life without that anime.
Check it out. You could either watch that or go and get a cheese pizza, a ball of mozzarella, and some rotisserie chicken and love life.
Love it.
You know, we had 4
On the
people
mouth.
eat that, and it cost like $18 maybe. You could make that for yourself. Now I know that sounds fucking ridiculous, but no, think about it. You can make that for yourself and eat it over the course of like a week. Just occasionally, just to eat one slice.
Yeah. And be good for hours.
Yeah. It's incredible.
That shit is thick.
Yeah.
I also got the...
Yeah.
I know.
That's how I like it. Thick. And covered in mozzarella.
Yeah.
Yeah, son! What are you gonna...
I also got to play a bit of the Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Which apparently they named it XV like that because since Budokai Original, this is the 15th game.
Wow.
No.
Right?
No.
I have a hard time believing it too, but they've been so many, it might be true.
How many Tenkaichis were there? 5?
There was 3 Tenkaichis, because they went to T3, but then there are 2
then
Raging Blasts, which are basically more Tenkaichis.
So you have 5. And then 3 Budokais.
Yeah, and then
And
2
then
more
2
on the
Shin
Vita.
Budokais.
Oh, and then one on the
7, 10. And then one on the what?
one on Burst Limit on the PS3 was basically a Budokai that was bad.
So that's 12.
Then we had
Did we count
Battle
the Legacy of
Gods.
Goku's? Any of that?
No, no.
Okay,
Just-
Battle God got its own game?
Battle of Z, I think is what it's called. But
Oh,
it
yeah,
had
that's
Battle-
right. And it
And-
was on the
and-
PSP, and I was like, this is good. And Jay from Elzeon's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, huh. We just disagree on this. I don't know what else to say from here. Okay, bye.
And Ultimate Tenkaichi, which is separate from the Tenkaichi games. 'cause
Yeah,
it's just garbage.
I think we hit
That's
it.
15.
That makes this 15.
And that's actually excluding or Dragon Ball Z Connect, which was really Ultimate Tenkaichi was a new control scheme.
So you seem to be
And
pretty
obviously
knowledgeable
they-
about all these Dragon Ball games.
He works at a game store. Let me tell you, man, if there are some customers you're going to remember, there are some customers you write on the secret list you keep behind the counter. It's the Sonic fans and the Dragon Ball Z fans.
Okay.
Oh, and that guy who keeps buying Wii Sports.
Over and over.
I think he's eating Wii Fit. Like, he thinks that's how it works.
But yeah, Xenoverse.
He's just like, I don't feel good, and just starts clearly bleeding from his intestines.
And looks like the Wii balance board. He just swallowed it like a snake.
But yeah, from what I've played so far of Xenoverse, I have not played enough to really give a an adequate full impression of it. But
or really any level of impression of it, because like you didn't.
Did you
No,
did you make a character?
I made a character.
How OC was it? What was it? DeviantArt?
Is it how many options do they give you right at the beginning, or do you have to unlock some costume options?
The costume options are all unlocked later, but you get a whole bunch of options for your face, your race, your hair,
Okay.
and your pupils, and that sort of stuff.
How Toriyama do you want to look? Really? Like a lot.
I found it hilarious because the only one you can give Mr. Popo eyes tie eyes to are the Majin race.
Okay.
Which is weird because it's like, isn't he human?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He's a genie. Wait, I don't. What is he?
Yeah,
he's a genie.
He's some sort of genie thing.
Okay.
So I guess maybe he is.
Maybe he is a Majin.
Or something.
I don't fucking know.
Jay from Alzion, where are you? fill these comments with not shutting the fuck up.
Because I'm pretty sure in
Also, which one's more powerful, Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan God?
Yeah.
For those, we're on a mission from Super Saiyan God.
You see that guy? He's fucking ripped.
He's fucking ripped, son.
he really wasn't really that ripped.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
it was weird.
And that's why he was dumb. That was a dumb movie.
He should have been more ripped.
I need more abs.
For those who are curious about which one's more powerful, Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan God, Jay from LCD.com has a video on his YouTube channel, so you can click on over and then watch the screen.
Guys, let's just be honest here. Super Saiyan 4 is way more ripped. It's got to be better.
Also, red hair, huh? Yeah? He had to eat Red Hair the horse to become that.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch GT, so I figured that's what happened, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions.
Actually, I'm just kidding. It's Blutz waves. See, Blutz is kind of like Trunks. He comes from the future. No, I'm done. We're just gonna go to news. You ready for some nudes, guys?
I love. This is the third week in a row we've used.
Third or fourth or 15th, Eric? The podcasters keep on casting, and they show no signs of lasting. I love shaking expensive equipment that I bought myself. There's like no guilt. Like, you guys can't give me a look. I paid for this in whole.
You do what you
want. And it wasn't even a part of the GigaBoots roadmap. I'm like, I want to sound good in the video.
Okay.
$300 later.
All right.
So, hey guys, over the next month, they're going to be doing a bunch of sales on new for PS4 games. That includes actual new games,
yeah, I'm like, most
such
of these are
as
actual new
Hotline
games.
Miami 2, Helldivers, Jamestown Plus, Metal Slug 3, Axiom Verge, Bastion, Titan Souls, and Shovel Knight.
And all of those, except for Jamestown, are also cross-buy with at least Vita and some of them PS3 as well.
Which is pretty fucking awesome.
It's great.
It's pretty fucking great.
And if you're a PlayStation Plus member, it's discounted. So, like, I'm going to buy so many games over the course.
I mean, Shovel Knight's not even a choice at this point. Neither is Axiom Verge. All these people who are
or
like...
Bastion, Dan.
Fuck you. In any case, so, in case you guys aren't really tapped into this, which is cool, like, not everyone follows a bunch of indie developers, people are shitting on Metroidvanias as of late.
Yeah?
What? Yeah, they're shitting on them. Here's the thing,
Screw
though.
that.
I believe they're shitting on them because they're like, that genre's bad. And it's like, no, people are just making bad versions. Even though it's a thrifty genre for content, it's not cheap as fuck. You still need to put good production values into it. And a lot of Metroidvanias just don't, so the genre looks bad.
I keep seeing that, and it's like...
Also,
there have been no good Metroidvania indie games except Cave Story.
Yeah. I know you like Guacamelee, but look
Okay.
at Castlevania and Metroid and Cave Story, and then look at Guacamelee.
Still pretty good, honestly, in my opinion.
You would put it with the others of those.
Okay. I'd have to think long and hard, but I'm veering towards yes.
I don't. Cave Story's real good, man.
I get that.
I would put Guacamelee with Super Metroid in that I do not want to play it.
Wow.
That is a pretty fucking precise category, you know? I'm not saying either are bad. I'm just saying they aren't fun for me because they're garbage. You're like, wow, Dan, you are really game reviewer tonight.
So much hate.
So much hate.
Metal Slug 3 is the first time released on anything, right?
No. Jesus, no. I think that's on the PSP even.
It is.
And that's probably
I think I owned like 2 other versions of that game.
That's probably also on the Vita indirectly. I know it's on the PS2 and maybe even the Xbox original. I wouldn't be surprised. Isn't it on the Wii? Metal Slug 3 is probably on a cell phone.
Is Metal Slug 3 on everything?
It might be.
Is it on the N-Gage?
But yeah, in any case, all these people shitting on Metroidvanias, I'm like, man, shut the fuck up for a moment. Just the next 2 months. So that way you guys are like, Metroidvania suck. Oh, Metroidvania is such a shitty and overwrought and too many fucking games in the market. And the Axiom Verge comes out and fucking rips your foot off and shoves it in your mouth. And it's like, joke on this, dick, bitch. Axiom Verge is a great game, but it is not good at insulting people.
Oddly enough, not programmed in there.
No. So, hey, Guerilla Cambridge, the people who made that Vita Killzone, they're somewhat obviously working on the next Killzone for the PS4. The description's great. It's like, we're working on a pre-existing franchise. That's a really big budget. And it sold millions. And obviously it's owned by Sony. It's a shooter. And we need somebody who's really good at realistic lighting. Because we're making the next one
And also
for the PS4.
And also, it's Killzone.
And it might be Uncharted 5.
You know, I was actually going to reach for that joke myself, but I
Yeah.
couldn't quite figure out. Like, I was just going to be saying, surprise, bitch, Uncharted 4 is made by Cambridge. Here's Last of Us 2! Announced at EVO. Just to really fuck with
It's
journalists.
just Joel, a fighting game.
Jeff Gerstmann's just angry in the crowd. I came here to escape this. Drinks.
Anyway.
Yeah, case. So
that's neat.
That I really think that is neat because Killzone and the Vita, like, it really did a great job of reinventing what Killzone campaign was. Like, it did that mercenary system, you know, where
Yeah, I
you
heard
got
that
money
was
to do.
good.
Yeah. Also, that thing, I liked the maps on it more than I liked the maps in Killzone 2 or 3.
For multiplayer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The single player maps.
I know. I know.
That's like that asshole who called Mario levels boards.
I know. It's that same level, but I want to make sure you're not doing it.
Just want to make sure you're not that asshole, Dan. Yeah, no, it's okay. Board 3-1 was real hard. But in any case, I'm really excited. Because that means Guerrilla gets to work on something else. We get fresh new people to try really hard on this thing. And it's not a case where it's like Guerilla Cambridge is making their own original IP that looks prettier than God. Because that would be another of the order.
Yeah.
Because that's the same scenario. Let's just paint that real quick. The people who made the order made portable God of Wars that were good. Guerilla Cambridge made a portable Killzone that was really good. If they just started them on their own IP on a console, it'd be the same of like, no, my backstory's interesting and rich.
Let me tell you about it.
You know the worst part of the order, real quick?
What is it?
Yeah, we didn't
They
talk about playing the order anymore, did we?
No, we didn't talk about it at all, this whole thing. They don't take advantage of the fact that you're immortal knights and there's a rich... They don't show King Arthur once. They don't talk about the Knights of the Round originally, like, in any way that's meaningful. They're just like, hey, that...
Yeah, that
They
just
say
happened.
that
There's
guy.
lots of
They say
illusion.
that guy. Not even that. Like illusions imply a thing. They're like, hey, that guy. They say he's old enough. He was with Arthur, and then somebody's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. That's it.
Wow.
That is it. What a fucking. Dude, it's like you fucking... Okay, right? It's like you did some shit trippy fucking drugs and you're like, what if they're immortal knights who fight werewolves? Oh my god, and shit and blah. And it was like a good idea somehow. Like you wake up and you're like, oh, that was like smart. I'll make a game about that. But then you're such a fucking idiot. You couldn't think of like how to write that. You were like, and then Tom's like, you know what? And Sue's like, what? And then Tom's like, I heard that guy's real old. And Sue's like, what? I hate The Order. Like, The Order just completely... That plot is so... And it's like, if it were just another generic shooter, it wouldn't stand out so much. If it was just, like, a military shooter set in the Middle East, it wouldn't be so fucking, like, hey, here's these ideas. Oh, I broke all this fine china. Oh no, Herb, I'm an idiot.
It also, for no reason, doesn't give you any closure and leads into a sequel that it'll inevitably never get.
Most people do not do a good enough job of explaining how unfulfilling that ending is. That ending seems like it's leading into chapter 4 of a game, not an ending. Literally, it's like, they're moving the troops over there. We're gonna have to do something. Okay, well, I'm gonna stay here. By the way, don't call me that. And then it ends, and it's like, what the fuck? I feel like we went to commercial break, not thank you for $60, bye.
I don't know why they try to do that with new IPs. It's a bad idea.
I can't remember the last one that did it that catastrophically terribly.
Bulletstorm basically did that.
Okay, well, Bulletstorm was a good game, though.
Right, it just
didn't have multiplayer.
Right.
So, hey, Mortal Kombat, there are new characters. We're going to list them real quick. Jax has a daughter. Her name's Jacqueline Briggs. This is daughter of Jax. Takashi Takena is the son of the blind swordsman Kenshi. Kung Jin is a descendant of Kung Lao. Kung Lao? A descendant?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Melina, Shinnok, and Sindel are all in this, and brutalities are now performed by fulfilling certain parameters during fight, like not blocking or finishing with the throw. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
I like that it's not just another finisher.
Right.
Because that's ultra shaming right there.
Yeah.
It is.
That's cool.
And they've shown some, like, they're basically enhanced versions of other moves, it seems. Like, that just like, okay, if you finish them with that move and you complete those other tasks, like, one of them they showed was a teleport with Raiden.
Yeah.
And Raiden teleports inside and just explodes out of him.
Cool, they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
That was in an old one.
I was actually a little disappointed by this news because I misheard Bob when he first told me about it, and I heard it as brutalities.
Right, and then I explained to Eric, that would be like some dude thumbing his collar, and then it's like, finish him! And then he just pops it, and it's like so insane the other dude's head explodes. But then we were talking about he should pop 30 collars or 13 collars, and then they would just like fly into chunks with femur bones flying out everywhere. But hey guys.
Charlie was showed off for Street Fighter V.
It's true.
That happened.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know what his name is? Charlie. You know why? You're in America, son. You will call him Charlie.
Yeah, what did they say?
The fucking Japanese people call him Nash. They're like, oh, his name's Nash. They bring him over and they're like, now he's Charlie. And I'm like, okay, he's Charlie. But then when this news comes out, all these fucking places like PlayStation and Crunchyroll, fucking weeaboos, they fucking report it and they're like, Nash is back at Street Fighter V, and they show his half metal, half normal face, and I'm like, that seems like Charlie. Maybe I'm stupid here. Maybe Nash is a new character. I click, and then it's like, he's back from the dead. Guile's old friend. I'm like, that's fucking Charlie. And then it's like, Nash Charlie.
No, Charlie Nash.
Charlie Nash.
Being his
that's
last
how
name.
that's how they deal with the two regions having two different names. It's now his first and last name. It's fucking stupid. I'm fucking tired of this. Everyone call him Charlie. We are done with this discussion. Moving on to the next bullet of news. And if anybody leaves a comment saying he's Nash, I'm gonna find you. No, his name's not Akuma, it's Goki. Fuck you. Fuck all you people. No shit, that fucking asshole I was talking about, this is how much of an asshole he is. Somebody's fighting, somebody makes a DBZ joke next to him, and he's like, it's over 8,000! And then the guy's like, it's over 9,000. He's like, actually, in the original dub, he's that much of an asshole! And I spiked him. High five.
That was dripping with rage and salt.
He was fucking, and then as soon as he said that he actually in the original dub, and I'm like, I don't want to give a shit about the original dub, but it's a fucking meme. You will fucking respect the meme. You will quote it, or otherwise you're just being a pedantic asshole on the scale of like, no, it's not light, it's Raito. And then the dude next to me who won the tournament is like, what's that about? And I'm like, some bitch in high school. The main character of Death Note, his name is Raito. They mistranslated it when they made it light. So modders added co-op back into Resident Evil Revelations 2.
The PC version.
The PC version. Because it was in the console version.
It's in the console version.
And I hear they were like, nah, man, that's console.
No. Yeah. And then the PC modders were like,
nah,
fuck
man, that code's still there, and fuck you.
Yeah. They put it back in. Because fuck Capcom.
Because fuck Capcom. I feel like you could do a
Admittedly-
Kickstarter if it ended with Mighty Number 9.
Admittedly,
Right?
part of the story
Yeah.
was Capcom offered refunds for people who felt like that was shitty, but even then they were just like, no, we're putting it in there because just because you suck at your jobs doesn't mean we're gonna forego this feature.
Yeah. Beautiful things should exist even if you aren't capable of making it. And it's not that they aren't capable of making it. They just want to have better margins. Because it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, okay, just so we cover the business of this really quick. Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus subsidize the cost of running a server on consoles. That's why they're doing it. Nobody's subsidizing that on PC. And that's why PlayStation Plus costs money, because of fucking publishers. Toe Jam and Earl had a Kickstarter.
We sure did.
I'm happy. It's the guy who made Doki Doki Universe. And that game looked great. I didn't play it because I didn't have money. But I might.
I might soon.
But I won't do it again. I promise.
Watch out.
Yeah. And that's one of the original dudes from Toe Jam and Earl. And what was it? Somebody was saying that it's great because in the video he's like, yeah, when we went to make Toe Jam and Earl 2, Sega was like, nah, you got to make the platform. And they're like, what? So then when we went to make it on the Xbox and make it Toe Jam and Earl, they came in at the last moment and they're like, you're Xbox exclusive and you need to change all these things about your game. So that sucked too. I'm like, wow, that's what it seemed like. So cool. Weird thing, 2's still my favorite because 1 is, have you ever played Toe Jam and Earl?
I attempted to play 1 and immediately got bored with it.
Yeah, it's a shambling. It's literally the game is shambling. You shamble about everywhere and you get things, and sometimes it's good, and other times you fall down a layer and then you got to work back up.
Yeah.
And the game's randomly generated every time.
Yep.
Some might say it's a roguelike or a Metroidvania, and they'd be wrong in both cases.
So some people
Noted.
are also morons.
Others might call it Dark Souls.
The Skyrim of Dark Souls.
It's the Skyrim of Dark Souls of roguelikes.
So Sucker Punch, the developer behind the absolutely great, at least 2 times out of 3, infamous, is hiring a pattern maker. That is the name of this role, this job at their company, to work with the character team, the character art team that is, to design clothing that can be laid out into patterns for virtual fabrication.
Wow.
Their words, virtual fabrication. Now what that means is they're helping design, quote, lines of fashion that can be created efficiently by the art team. I just, like, they're having a clothing designer come over to help them design a line of clothes for their next game, because that's going to be really important, because they need to do these. They actually have like ideas and goals with the, like, you need to design these lines of clothes that are going to be able to get across like these different things, and you're going to work with the team to basically, you're going to come up with the line, and then that's going to be permutated into these different things. Wow. And I think the idea here is, you know how crowds in infamous games are like a few people.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get the clothes and the other parts to be probably a bit more randomized. Huh. And thus how that would make sense.
Right, that seems like what that would be. I mean, I've seen this coming since Devil May Cry 2 had the sponsorship with Diesel and had some Diesel outfits. I mean, it's just
Diesel.
Logical
or
production
was it
there.
Mark Echo stand-up or something? Was he a fashion designer?
But see, like, that was a game, right? Devil May Cry 2 just had designer jeans. And to this day, scientists can't figure out why.
Scholars are still disputing.
It's like, no, you're doing it wrong. You reward the player by making Dante more naked. Don't stick nice jeans on him. Take them off.
Take off them pants.
He's just walking around in Hanes. You should have had a Hanes sponsorship. You're doing this wrong, Japan.
What about the woman? What about her? I want to see Dante naked.
Can she also be naked, Dante? She has Lucia's head on Dante's naked body. Plus maybe boobs.
Somewhere. I don't know. It's her weapons. Dual wield boobs.
Is her style boob slinger?
Yes.
Okay.
They're on the end of nunchucks, maybe? I don't know.
Last note I've got here is that they're requiring a strong portfolio that shows the pattern maker is capable of designing a line of clothing. I think they're fishing for actual clothing designers.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
that is fucking cool. Like, of all the things to integrate into your studio, I think that's actually one of the cooler ones, because all these people are like, here's our futurist. and here's this guy who figured out this thing, and the whole team consults him on this. I feel like a clothing designer is actually a really smart thing for an open world game to have. Now, they haven't announced that this is a new Infamous. They just said it's a new game for PS4.
Which is good, because that means they're not shutting down.
Yes. At very least, so far, it means they're not shutting down, which is really important because they're my favorite Sony exclusive studio, because Uncharted 3 was bad. If Uncharted 4 is good, it'll go back to Naughty Dog.
That actually speaks to, like, how good games have it now.
Yeah.
Because before, it was like, we need to do writing and voice acting. Bob from programming could do that, maybe, sure. But now we're actually hiring
Then Dante
people to
throws
do
a
that.
knife at a map. Then Lucia, did I spell that right this time? Lucia throws a knife at a map. End scene. Dante is at the top of a church. Okay. Can someone please translate Devil May Cry 2 into a script? I will pay you money. So gold. Then a giant demon head forms out of the side of a skyscraper and barfs a laser at Dante, who is now flying and a demon. Then, wait, it wasn't Nobunaga, it was just a generic, like, businessman, right? The bad guy in that?
Yeah,
he was like crazy Italian dude or something.
Right.
I don't even... What the fuck is...
I don't know. He was like a billionaire, I guess.
Oh no, he's buying all the city!
It's empty. It's filled with demons.
We can't
think
see
things are
through all
already-
this money in the roads.
Dante killing up demons for the money door to explode. The ending of that game is even stupider than anything we've said so far. He's in a hell dimension and he's fighting stuff, and then a fire character that looks like a Soul Calibur random character like Inferno fights him and then dies, and it's allegedly meaningful in any capacity whatsoever, and then he motorcycles out of hell.
We don't even know if he does that. He just motorcycles away.
In hell. After saying some shit-eating one-liner, we're like, Oh, and then they stole Two-Face's stick. Remember he had the Two-Faced coin?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god, I forgot. They stole Two-Face's stick. Dante's like, let's see what we do. And he flips a coin and it is yeah!
I'm out.
Yeah, no, it's
Done.
incredible. Oh man, that game. Well, since Eric's gone, we can talk about Zero Striker Gunvolt 2 and a new Gal Gun was announced.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
great.
Gal Gun's a great thing.
I really hope Gunvolt 2 fixes a lot of the issues Gunvolt
I
has.
still haven't played as Zero Striker Gunvolt. I probably should.
Yeah, it's still an okay game. It's just,
It's still an okay game. Dragon Quest Heroes is also coming to North America, and they have tons of free DLC planned. So that's freaking awesome.
Right, that free DLC plans is for Japan, but hopefully we see that too.
Okay. Got it. Yep. Hope so. I miss Eric. Do you miss Eric?
Not really.
Me neither. I just said that because we're recording it, and I thought it'd be nice to put good vibes out there for once. But let's be brutally honest. I will never miss a human being nearly as much as that lemon pie. God damn. GigaBoots has been brought to you by the support of our producers Vincent Poverk and Cywolf via our Patreon. Consider becoming a GigaBoots patron today.